Live on a Friday night at Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the first of a three-game weekend series between the Grizzlies and the Tulsa Oilers. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. It should be a fun night of hockey. It's the first meeting between the Grizzlies and the Oilers since Game 7 of the first-round best-of-7 series, where the Grizzlies got a 4-1 victory, and they won the series 4-3. And for the Grizzlies and Oilers, both teams are on the outside looking in on the current playoff chase. But the Grizzlies did win 2 out of 3 games against the Idaho Steelheads, including a big-time 4-1 victory on Martin Luther King Day as Trent Miner stopped 46 of 47. And the Grizzlies got goals from 4 different forwards, including Keaton Jamison, who had the game winner 48 seconds into the second period. So it should be a lot of fun here tonight. Grizzlies do get Taryn Fizer back after he spent 3 days in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. He did not miss a game for the Grizzlies. And Utah also gets back Brandon Cutler, who spent 5 games with the Belleville Senators and 8 games with the Hartford Wolfpack. Actually, it was 3 games with Belleville and 5 games with Hartford. Brandon Cutler returns to the Grizzlies lineup. He played in 11 games with Utah earlier this season and had 3 goals and 2 assists. Starting in net for the Grizzlies is Trent Miner, who's been outstanding in each of his last 2 appearances. He'll be going up against Colton Ellis. It'll be the first time that Ellis will face the Grizzlies. He's got a record of 9-7-4 this season. Tulsa's got a record of 11-15-6-1. So they have lost 7 games past regulation this year. And Rob Murray's Tulsa Oilers have really struggled on the defensive end of things, as they just have a goals against average of 3.8, and their goaltending has struggled this year. Their team save percentage is only .883. Their leading scorer is Eddie Matsushima, who has 17 goals and 11 assists this season. As for the Grizzlies, their leading scorer is Cameron Wright, who's got 9 goals and 17 assists. And Wright's been outstanding here in the month of January, as in 6 games in January. Wright has 5 goals and 2 assists. So it should be a lot of fun tonight. First of a 3-game weekend series, kind of a baseball-style series with night games on Friday and Saturday and Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. in the Mountain Time Zone, 4 p.m. locally over in Tulsa. After this weekend, the Grizzlies will be home for 6 straight games, as the Rapid City Rush will be in town for a 3-game set, and then the Allen Americans will be in town for 3 games at the start of February. When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame report, we'll talk with Guy Chiarenza and get his thoughts on things, as we're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies pregame report presented by America First Credit Union.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies pregame report. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza, hanging out in the lobby at Maverick Center, as it's a fight night here at Maverick Center. And I wonder if we'll see some fisticuffs here as the season progresses, or as the series progresses. It's the first time these teams have met this year. It's the first of 6 meetings. These teams will meet obviously 3 times this weekend. And then the last 3 games of the regular season, the Grizzlies will face the Oilers here at Maverick Center. And Guy, obviously it's a team that we saw quite a bit last year. Obviously that big 7-game series in the first round of the 2022 playoffs. Haven't seen much of them since I haven't seen any of them this year, but they do have some returning forwards, including the Birdman, Maxime Galad, and Eddie Matsushima, Alex Gilmore. And I think Jackson Leaf and Jimmy Soper, if I remember right, played well against the Grizzlies before. But it always seems like when the Grizzlies play the Oilers, it's always going to come down to which team can dictate the terms and style of the game. And in their building over at BOK Center, Tulsa does a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the key for the Grizzlies, as you mentioned, is to just dictate the style of play. And I want to use the old cliche, but you got to play your way. You got to play your style of hockey. And so the Grizzlies, I think, need to come out and need to play fierce. And I think they need to establish the forecheck early on. And I think the first goal in this game is going to be critical. And I think if the Grizzlies want to win, that first goal has to be theirs. Because if not, Tulsa's going to play a shutdown defensive style of game. And the Grizzlies might have trouble getting around that.
The Grizzlies are 10-3 this season when scoring first. And that was the case on Monday against Idaho. And really think about a great series. The Grizzlies won 2 out of 3 games against the Idaho Steelheads, and they really started to pick it up offensively. In their 2 victories, they scored 5 goals on January 13th and then another 4 goals on January 16th.
Yeah, Tyson, you really want to think about a possible turning point in the season for the Grizzlies. I think that was just it, winning 2 out of 3 against a really good Steelheads team and putting up the statistics that they did. There's a lot to move forward with that, and I like the Grizzlies' chances here going down the stretch.
Grizzlies get Brandon Cutler back. He spent 3 games with the Belleville Senators and 5 games with the Hartford Wolfpack. And Cutler played in 11 games earlier this season with the Grizzlies and had 3 goals and 2 assists. And most of those points came on the power play. So watch out for Cutler when the Grizzlies are on the power play. And Taryn Fizer spent 3 days in the AHL. Remember, he scored the empty net goal on Monday. He now leads the team with 10 goals this season. Spent 3 days in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles, but joined the Grizzlies today, and he'll be back in the Grizzlies lineup. So it looks like things are really shaping up for the Grizzlies forwards here in the month of January.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like the addition of Brandon Cutler here. And now here's a guy where if you can really get him rolling, he can be an offensive threat. And so I think that if the Grizzlies are going to make a deep run, I think Brandon Cutler is going to be a big part of that.
Trent Miner will get the start in net, and he was outstanding on Monday, stopping 46 of 47. And it seems like here in the month of January, he's finally found his groove.
It seems like 2023 is Trent Miner's year. He's off to a fantastic start to the calendar year, and that's showing against Idaho, where we last saw him. He was fantastic and really kept the Grizzlies in the game and gave them a chance to win, and they did.
Tulsa's going to go with Colton Ellis in net. It'll be the first time that Ellis will face the Grizzlies. Who's your pick to click tonight?
Tyson, tonight I'm going to go with Dakota Raby. He hasn't really scored a whole lot recently, but I really like what he's done with his speed, and I think speed is going to be a big key in the Grizzlies winning against the Oilers, so I like Dakota Raby.
I'm going to go with the top line center tonight. I am going with Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man, who's making his 107th consecutive appearance. He played in all 72 games last year, and he is one of 3 Grizzlies to appear in all 35 games this year. This is game 35 for the Grizzlies and 34 for Tulsa, as Dakota Raby and Dylan Fitz have also played in each of the 35 games, including tonight, and it should be an interesting one. Do you think the first period is going to have that filling out process where both teams are trying to assess the strengths and weaknesses of each other, and so we might see a bit of a clunky start offensively, or do you think that we're going to see a lot of action early on?
I think we are going to see that feeling out process to start this game. This is the first time we're seeing the Oilers since that 7-game series that they played last year. And you think it's January, and this is the first time that we're seeing them. I think this is going to be a little bit of a slower start to the game, especially knowing that the Oilers like to play more of a defensive style of game. At least that's the way that they were last year. So if they're anything like they were last year, this year, then I think that could be the case.
When we come back to the pregame show presented by America First Credit Union, we'll give you the starting lineups for both teams. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Starting in net for the Tulsa Oilers is Colton Ellis. He's got a record of 9-7-4 this year. He's got a 3.45 goals against average and .889 save percentage. Ellis is 6'1" and 185 pounds. He currently has an NHL entry-level deal with the St. Louis Blues. He also had some time with the AHL Springville Thunderbirds. Not sure who the other starters are for Tulsa as of yet, as they are wearing a blue jersey with white letters in the back, white trim, and red numbers. Not that different from the colors that the Grizzlies wore on their Colorado Avalanche-themed alternate jerseys that they wore in the 2 games over in Boise last weekend. Does look like Justin Bean is going to be one starting defenseman for the Oilers. He wears number 22. Bean's got 3 goals and 7 assists this year. And so Bean's going to wear number 22 for Tulsa. He is 6'2" and 205 pounds. The other starting defenseman will be Mike McKee, who's wearing number 24. It is McKee's 6th season in a Tulsa Oilers uniform. He's got 1 goal and 5 assists this season. Oilers are led by head coach Rob Murray, who won a Kelly Cup with the Alaska Aces about a decade ago. We're not sure who the starting forwards are, but watch out for Eddie Matsushima, who's got 11 goals and 17 goals and 11 assists this year. He'll be on the top line with Maxime Galad, who's got 21 points in 26 games, and Dante Sheriff, who's got 5 goals and 1 assist in 13 games. We'll give you the Grizzlies starters, and we'll have face-off when we come back. This has been the America First Credit Union pregame show on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line tonight as the Grizzlies take on the Tulsa Oilers for the first time this season. Starting defensive pairing for the Grizzlies, James Shearer wearing number 10. He's got 1 goal and 5 assists in 16 games. And he'll be paired up with Andrew Nilsson, who's got 4 goals and 20 assists in 29 games this year. The starting forwards for the Grizzlies, Taryn Fizer, who spent 3 days in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. He's out there along with the Iron Man, Tyler Penner, who has 7 goals and 3 assists this year, and Dakota Raby, who has 6 goals and 13 assists in 34 games. Grizzlies are wearing a white jersey tonight with black numbers and professional green trim. Tulsa wearing a blue jersey with red on the sides, red on the shoulders, white letters in the back, white trim on a red number, kind of a rustic red. As the puck is dropped and we're underway, here on the remote broadcast, we're hanging out at Mavericks Center. Tulsa dumps it in. Nilsson gets it. He'll shift it across towards Shearer. Now ahead to Fizer. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube as Tyler Penner gains center ice and dumps it in from the right wing. Mike McKee for Tulsa will toss it ahead towards Justin Bean. Goes back to the Grizzlies. Raby skates down the middle, takes a lefty shot. Saved by Ellis. Rebound goes out to Tulsa as the Oilers still in their own zone. Raby battles in the right point. Now goes back to Tyler Penner. It looks like they got the same camera operators as they had last year, so bear with us. The puck will be off the screen as much as it's on this weekend. As Fizer dumps it in, Tulsa behind the net, as Ellis will feed it over to the right side. Now the Oilers will get it out towards neutral ice. Bryson Martin on the ice for the first time since December. First time in the 2023 calendar year that Martin's out there for the Grizzlies. Good to see number 14 out there for Utah. As a puck at the Tulsa line, the Oilers get it back to center ice. As Martin feeds it across, Grizzlies dump it in. Aaron Tho's on the ice for Utah. As the Oilers lift it out to center ice, about 1 minute and 10 seconds in. Grizzlies have one shot. Tulsa's yet to take one. I think Raby took it a few seconds ago. As the Grizzlies gain center ice and drive it in on Ellis, who makes a routine save. As the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw, 18:41 left in the first. And we're just underway, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this one. Should be an interesting series as Jordan Martell is on the ice in the right wing. Cam Strong will take the face-off, and Dylan Fitz on the left side. Defensive pairing is Corey Thomas and Connor McDonald. And Strong will take the draw, but this time it's won by the Oilers. Oilers still in their own zone, skating from right to left as Addy Matsushima gets poked away as Cam Strong will skate towards the corner. As Strong now around the net gets to the left side looking for Martell. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers cross center ice. They'll gain the line. Centering pass shot. Saved by Minor. And it looks like Trent holds on as the Oilers skated 2-on-2 and found a centering pass that connected. Poulsen with a shot, but Minor makes the save. And the draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone as both teams make a line change here early on. And as Guy Chiarenza had mentioned, since these teams hadn't met each other this year, it could be a little bit of a feeling out process. As Tyler Poulsen, the former Rapid City Rush skater, had a good look on a centering pass for Tulsa's first shot of the game. Draw is going to be in the right circle. And it's taken by Utah and won by the Grizz. As Utah skates towards the far side. Now they get it out to center ice. Tulsa regathers it as the Oilers will feed it across. They chip it ahead. Does Cameron Suprika, number 14. Now the Grizzlies get it back, skating from left to right. Utah crosses center, dumps it in. Cam Strong chasing after it. He's got 4 goals in his last 9 games. Strong up top for Nielsen. Now across to Shearer, feeds it to the left side, back towards Martell in the left circle. He feeds it back to the corner as behind the net. Grizzlies spin it towards the far side. Now Martell, the shot that goes wide. And around the net, Martell's looking for it. He overskates it. Tulsa gets the puck. They'll feed it to the near side, and they'll dump it in. Does Tyler Poulsen, who's wearing number 11 and has 4 goals and 18 assists this year. Puck squirts towards the far side. Grizzlies carry it out to center ice. Tulsa back defensively. Martell gets around a skater, looks to center it to Pfizer, and an Oiler cut in front of him. Penner on the right side near the corner will chip it around the boards. Pfizer gets hit on the far side by Maxime Golod, the Birdman, as Raby will bounce it off an Oiler. It goes to center ice. As Pouncey feeds it across, Utah looks to dump it in, and they do. Colton Ellis behind his net as the Oilers feed it towards the near side, looking for Dante Sheriff. Passes wide of the mark, and the Oilers are called for icing with 16:57 left in the first. Draw's going to come back towards Colton Ellis. As the Grizzlies make a line change, Tulsa can't. Keaton Jamison on the ice along with Cameron Wright and Brandon Cutler. Cutler wearing number 29. He played in 11 games for the Grizzlies earlier this year, but spent some time in the AHL with Belleville and Hartford. This is Cutler's first game back. He'll be on the right wing as Jamison will take the draw. Utah's outshot Tulsa 2-1, still no score in the game. Draw won by the Oilers. As number 77, Maxime Golod, will feed it ahead. Oilers cross center ice and dump it in. As Minor stays in net, McDonald chases after it in the corner, so is Aaron Tho. Puck goes around the boards. Tulsa now on the far side of the offensive zone, chips over to the right point. Righty shot gets redirected by a stick and goes towards the near side. Grizzlies move it ahead, goes out to center ice as Cutler overskates it. Matsushima dumps it back in the corner. Matsushima was an all-star representative. He scored 2 goals in the all-star game. On Monday, Cutler feeds over to the far side. A glove goes flying into the left circle. I'll make that a helmet. Tulsa skates in, Golod around everybody. Shot saved by Minor. Puck goes back to the high slot. Tulsa didn't get much on a shot. Grizzlies dump it in. Ellis behind his net. Will feed it towards the near side. Cutler looks to center it to Jamison. Now back to Cutler along the near side. He'll roll it around the boards. It gets cut off by Tulsa in the near corner. Oilers pitch it out to center ice. Now it's in the Grizzlies zone. Tulsa chases after it as Ethan Stewart gets it poked away. Good defensive play by the Grizzlies and Andrew Nelson as he'll nudge it ahead. Grizzlies out to center ice 3-on-3. Utah skates into the zone as they get around towards the corner, trying to get it back towards Pfizer and out in front to Penner. He takes a shot saved by Ellis. Rebound goes out to the right side. Nelson feeds it to Raby, left side. He takes a shot that's blocked. Now it goes back to Penner. Righty shot. Saved by Ellis. Rebound goes out to the high slot. Utah kept it in. Pfizer over to Nilsson. Nilsson switches places with Pfizer. Now over to Pfizer. One-timer. Saved by Ellis. Jimmy Soper tries to clear it out, and a high slot shot goes wide. Raby White right wing shot, and Ellis makes the save. Both teams have 2 shots so far officially. Puck goes to the far side. Tulsa clears it out to center. About 5 minutes in, still no score. Both teams make a line change. Taryn Pfizer in his own zone. Feeds it across. It's Bryson Martin on the ice as he skates along the near side. Grizzlies will dump it in as Tulsa now gets it and comes back the other way. Oilers left wing pass connects as Blake McLaughlin skates towards the left circle. Feeds ahead to Alex Gilmore. Wraparound shot goes wide. Now the puck goes back to the left point as Tulsa will feed it to the corner. Does Mike McKee from the left point. Grizzlies in the right corner move it ahead. Grizz cross center, 2-on-3. Cam Strong drives it in. Goes past Ellis. Now Martell on the right wing lets it go past him as McLaughlin will move it ahead for Tulsa. Oilers 2-on-4 cross center ice as now left wing pass shot and it goes wide and out of play. 14-19 left in the first. Utah's outshot Tulsa 5-2. And guy, we got some interesting action here early on. The Grizzlies really taking it to the Oilers.
Yeah, Tyson, we've seen a lot of the Grizzlies in the offensive zone. The Oilers are giving them the chances. It's just up to the Grizzlies to capitalize on them. But so far, I really like this start from the Grizzlies.
14-19 left in the first. Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone on the right wing. Utah wearing the white jerseys for the first time in quite a while. Black numbers, professional green trim. Jamison will take the draw against Eddie Matsushima. Now they've given Utah a 6-shot on goal. They're probably late in counting the shots. Tulsa wins the draw. Right wing shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the left side. Lefty shot blocked by Minor as well. Action in the near corner is Connor McDonald. Pushes an Oiler, and that's Dante Sheriff. Now the Oilers get it over to the left side. Lefty shot, and it goes wide as they got redirected. Brandon Cutler gets it. Tried to move it towards right. It stays in the Grizzlies zone as Utah will pitch it out to center ice. Grizz look to skate in. Brandon Cutler looking for a backhand shot that goes wide as a long-range pass connected to Cutler. Jamison at the goal line feeds it up top. Grizzlies battle in the left wing. Corey Thomas will feed it back to the corner. Tulsa nudges it back along the far side as the Oilers will lift a left wing pass that enters into the Grizzly zone. Spin move, backhand shot, saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. He has stopped all 4 shots he has seen so far. Time out of the ice will take one as well. No score, 13:29 left in the first. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Mountain Land Supply Company.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
9 seconds left in the first. Still no score between the Grizzlies and Oilers. First of 6 meetings this season between the clubs. Got a good goaltending matchup between 2 guys who have NHL entry-level deals. Trent Minor for the Grizzlies in the second year of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal with Colorado. And Colton Ellis, the Tulsa goaltender, has an NHL entry-level deal with the St. Louis Blues. Draws give me in the right circle. Tyler Penner will take it against Jimmy Soper. Draw won by the Oilers. And Justin Bean gets it taken away by Dakota Raby. Raby skates into the offensive zone. Bean takes it away. Bean passes ahead, picked off by Penner. He'll dump it off the end boards. Raby skates towards the right side. Now skates towards his left. He's now in the left circle. Raby now around the net, ring around the Rosie. Now he overskates the puck. And it goes back to Tulsa, who's skating from right to left in the first period. About 7 minutes in, still no score. Oilers dump it in, and it flies out of play. 13:01 left in the first. Utah's taken 6 shots. The Oilers have taken 5. As a fan comes away with a souvenir. These teams got very familiar with each other last season, playing a thrilling 7-game series where the Grizzlies won 4 games to 3. Both teams won 2 games in the other team's home barn in the postseason series. Martell's in the right wing as Strong will take the neutral zone face-off. Dylan Fitz, who's got an A on his sweater. Connor McDonald's wearing the captain's seat. The 2 assistant alternate captains are Dylan Fitz and James Shearer. Neutral zone draw won by the Grizzlies as Martell will feed it back to Kyle Pouncey. He'll get it across as the Grizzlies will cross center ice and dump it in. Tulsa will bounce it off the near boards, or as the Oilers pitch it ahead towards center ice, regathered by the Grizzlies. Cam Strong dumps it back in. Tulsa chases after it behind their net as they feed it to the far side. As Tulsa gets it bounced by the stick of Fitz. Now Martell feeds it across to Strong. He takes a shot and misses the net. As the shot went wide, Strong was all alone on the right side. Now Martell feeds it out in front. It glanced off a stick and goes towards Penner, or make that Pouncey. They'll feed it to the left side now. Back to Martell. The Rooster skates in. Righty shot goes wide and bounces off the glass and goes out of play. 12:20 left in the first, and the draw is going to stay in the Tulsa zone. And a good shift by the Grizzlies there. Strong had a great look on the right side and just missed the net. And then looked like there Martell had a pretty good look as well, and the shot ends up going wide. So Utah's taken 7 shots to Tulsa's 5. As Jamison will take the draw with Cutler and Wright out there. That's a forward line that's got a lot of potential, especially when you consider the way Keaton Jamison has looked in the month of January. As in 6 games in January, he has 6 points, 3 goals, and 3 assists, including one on Monday afternoon when Utah won 4-1 against Idaho to win 2 out of 3 games in a 2-city, 3-game series. Draw goes to the right side for Tulsa as Maxime Galad, number 77, he gets bounced right wing. Grizzlies will throw it to McDonald on the right point. He'll take a righty shot, and it bounces off Ellis and goes wide. As the Grizzlies along the left side, puck bounces towards Ellis, and he covers up as the puck was over on the left wing and then somehow bounced off a stick on to Ellis, who got it on 2 hops. And the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. 11:57 left in the first. We've had an interesting one here so far. Still looking for the first goal of the game. We haven't had a single penalty yet that we know of. We're just trying to describe what we see, and unfortunately, it can be a little bit tough sometimes, but we're having a good time here in the first of a 3-game set. Utah wins the draw in the offensive zone. McDonald right wing, righty shot. Glove saved by Ellis. And he holds on as we get another whistle with 11:53 left in the first. As Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, talks it over with Cameron Wright. Those guys were teammates at Bowling Green for 2 years. Jamison will take the draw again. Jamison's now kicked out of the circle. Now Jamison's still in there. Now Jamison is kicked out. Cameron Wright will take the draw. As face-off won by Tulsa, as Jared Hilderman, number 3, skates around the net. He played for Tulsa last year. I'll move it ahead. Tulsa loses the puck. It goes back to Jimmy Soper. Throws it between his legs. Left wing shot saved by Minor. Grizzlies come back the other way. As Brandon Cutler gains the line, stops in the right wing, trying to feed it across to Cameron Wright. It glanced off a stick and flies out of play. 11:33 left in the first. Utah's outshot Tulsa 9-5, but it already looks like the ice is playing a little bit of tricks on both teams. And so that's one of the things there. Tulsa does have a bit of a choppy ice surface, and the Oilers know how to play on that particular surface. They've got a record of 8-7-3-1 at home, while the Grizzlies on the road this year have a record of 8-11-1. Draws in the left wing. Christian Simeone's out there on the right wing. Face-off taken by Taryn Fizer. Fizer spent 3 days in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Didn't miss a single game with the Grizzlies. Galad will take the draw for Tulsa. He's got 4 goals and 17 assists in 26 games. As off the draw rolls towards Ellis, who covers up. 11:31 left in the first. Draw is going to be in the left side once again. As Andrew Nelson communicating with James Shearer. Simeone talking with Dakota Raby. As the draw In the left circle is won by Utah. Raby tried to drop it off for Nilsson. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers gain center ice, right wing, and dump it in. Nilsson will skate around Miner's net. Nilsson will lose it in the corner. Now move it ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer gets the puck. He'll cross center ice, right wing, and dump it in. Raby in the corner gets it. As Raby tries to skate back to the corner, Tulsa picks it off. Pfizer in the area, goes to the far side. Simeone over to Raby, back to Simeone in the corner. As he'll lose the puck, Tulsa gets it. 11 minutes left in the first. Now up towards the slot. Tulsa takes it. Oilers cross center ice. And delayed offside, so they'll back it out. Galad crosses center ice, now skates down the middle. And dumps into the left corner. Galad gets it back. Sharp angled shot goes wide. Tulsa on the far side gets taken away as the Grizzlies will cross center and drive it in. Ellis gloves it, and he'll drop it before the whistle blows. Dante Sheriff will drop it off. Now it goes back to Sheriff. He's on the far side. Tulsa skates from right to left. As Sheriff moves it ahead, Galad gets it. He'll skate towards the right wing, get around the net, looking for a wraparound, but didn't get a shot off as he'll bounce it off the near boards. Left point, Tulsa rolls it around. It gets cut off in the right corner as Blake McLaughlin, number 91, gets taken away by Aaron Tho. Now ahead to the left wing for Fitz. He'll cross center ice. Fitz will gain the line, look to center. Now the Grizzlies look to center it again. Bartel couldn't get a shot off. Maybe one too many passes for the Grizzlies. As McLaughlin crosses center ice. Now he gains the offensive line. He gets held up by Kyle Pouncey. Grizzlies around the net, skating from left to right. Utah moves it out to neutral ice. Now they toss it ahead to Cam Strong, who dumps it in from just outside the Tulsa blue line. Oilers halfway through the first period get the puck. They'll feed it to the left wing. Oilers gain the line, trying to drop it off into the slot. It bounced off a Grizzly, but Tulsa gets it. Poulsen drops it off to the left wing. Lefty shot goes wide. I think that was taken by Chris Perna, number 5. As action over on the far side. Tulsa in the right point. Will bounce it off a Grizzly. Utah in their own zone has the puck as a Grizz. Throw a right wing pass to Jamison, who crosses center ice. Jamison gains the line, dumps it into the corner. He'll chase after it. Tulsa will bounce the puck off the side of their own net as it goes to the near side. Oilers feed it out to center ice. Nilsson delivers a hit as it goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Ethan Stewart chases after it. He gets hit in the corner by Shearer. Now Nilsson delivers a hit. Play starting to get physical. Grizz have the puck. Utah moves it out to center ice for Jamison, who gets it ahead to right. Right wing shot, and it goes wide. Puck to the far side, left point, lefty shot, glove saved by Ellis. And after the whistle, Cameron Wright gets pushed into the corner, and it looks like Tulsa, even though they've only seen him for half a period, doesn't like Cameron Wright too much. 8:47 left in the first. Utah's outshot Tulsa 12-6, and we'll be back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
8:47 is left in the first period. Utah, according to the box score, the score bug we're seeing on Flow Sports, is outshot Tulsa 12-6. And Guy Chiarenza, the Grizzlies, doing a pretty good job with puck possession here early on.
Yeah, Tyson, that's one of the keys to victory for the Grizzlies is maintaining puck possession, but also getting a lot of shots. And this is something that we haven't really seen the Grizzlies do in the first half of the season, but I love that they're getting shots on goal here in this game.
Draw's going to be taken by Dakota Raby. He's got Tyler Penner out there and Taryn Pfizer. Pfizer leads the Grizzlies with 10 goals this season. As the draw won by Tulsa. The Oilers in their own zone skate from right to left in the first period as there's still no score. Oilers move it ahead to Jimmy Soper. He'll feed it across. It bounced off a Grizzly stick and goes to Nilsson. Nilsson gets blasted at neutral ice. Jimmy Soper gets the puck and he'll throw it to the right side. Now right wing, Tulsa with a shot that goes wide. They try to go stick side on Miner. As Nilsson moves it ahead looking for Penner. Penner dumps it in from neutral ice. Raby skates towards the corner as he gets hit. Penner in the area. Penner skates back towards the right corner from the end boards as it goes back to Raby. Raby being shadowed as Raby will try to feed it across. Tulsa picks it off as the Oilers will get it out to center ice. Tulsa dumps it in. They'll take a righty shot, saved by Minor. Puck still in play. As Bryson Martin, first game since December, he's played in. As he'll feed it towards the far side. Tulsa picks it off as the Oilers skate towards the far corner. Now behind the net, Martin will move it towards the right side. Martin, a former third-round pick of Buffalo. As Penner throws it out to center ice, it goes past Simeone. And Tulsa's Jared Hilderman will skate behind his net. Hilderman will now skate down the middle. He'll fake a pass. Now take one from blue line to blue line. Pass connects. As Sheriff, centering pass, lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Now Sheriff behind the net. Will feed it towards the near side. Oilers toe drag, lefty shot, and it goes wide. Puck bounces off the end boards. Now the Oilers behind the net will feed it back towards the near side. Dylan Fitz takes it away. Fitz crosses center ice 2-on-2 and dumps it in. As it rolls around the board, Simeone gets hit. Fitz will skate over there as the Oilers try to carry it across. And now the Oilers cross center ice. They'll skate over to the right side. Matsushima trying to get around Aaron Tho. Backhand shot saved by Minor. Now Galab with a lefty shot from the left circle. Minor makes the save again. Puck still in play as McDonald gets it poked away. Now McDonald will have to chase it down deep in his own zone as Tulsa is now up to 10 shots in the first period. McDonald throws it to center ice. Tulsa takes it away. Utah regathers the puck as Jamison feeds it across to Cutler, who stops in the left point. He'll get the puck, try to move it ahead to Pfizer. Pfizer gets cut off. Tulsa gets the puck behind their net as the Oilers. 13 and a half minutes into the game, still no score. This first meeting this season, Tulsa moves it ahead. Oilers out towards center ice and carry it in from the left wing. McDonald pokes it back to center ice. Grizzlies, Jamison will skate towards the left side. Centers it to right. He'll take a backhand shot. Saved by Ellis. Wright gets the puck back on the left side. He'll chip it across towards Nilsson. It hits an Oiler. Wright chases to the right point to get it. Tulsa picks it off, and they clear it out to center. Big-time collision at center ice. Tyler Poulsen out there with Cameron Wright. Now the Oilers skate in. Right circle. Shot goes wide. Now the Oilers trying to feed it out in front to Poulsen, and Minor covers up. And Jamison pushes little Tyler Poulsen, who's listed at 5'9", 175. And if he's 5'9", then I'm 6 feet 7 inches tall. Poulsen, a little guy, but he's a good hockey player. 5:48 left in the first. Time out on the ice. We're back in 1 minute. No score on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
.548 left in the first period. No score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. First of a 3-game baseball-style series. Friday and Saturday are night games, and Sunday is going to be an afternoon contest. Tulsa wins the draw. Somebody from the right point takes a shot that goes wide. They're off the screen. As Jimmy Soper throws it back to the left point, somebody off the screen takes a shot. Saved by Minor. That last shot was taken by Mike McKee, number 24, who's really been the longest tenured Tulsa Oiler by a wide margin. It's his 6th season with Tulsa. I got to say, it is really weird not seeing Adam Pluskatch in the Oilers uniform. He was there for a long, long time. Now Mike McKee's the longest tenured Oiler. 5:36 left in the first. A lot of shots in the first period, 14 for the Grizzlies and 13 for the Oilers. As the draw from the left side taken by Tulsa. Tyler Penner took the draw for Utah as the puck ends up on the left side. Referee got in the way. Now the Oilers look to center. It bounced off a Raby stick and goes to the right point. Tulsa in the offensive zone feeds it to the right circle. Righty shot is blocked by Nilsson, who's had a good first period. Grizzlies moving out to neutral ice. Now Pfizer carries it in, right wing, gets over to Penner, back to Pfizer, right circle, shot blocked by McKee. He goes back towards Penner as he battles with Jackson Leaf, number 19. Puck goes back to neutral ice. Now the Grizzlies in their own zone get it as Shearer back to Nilsson. Both teams will change up forwards. 5 minutes and counting left in the first. Still no score. As Nilsson moves ahead. Now right wing, Cam Strong skates in. He'll skate towards the right corner. He'll bounce it off the end wall as Utah gets bounced by Tulsa in the left corner. Utah feeds it up top. Left point. Pouncey with a shot. Saved by Ellis. Rebound, Tulsa feeds it back to the left point. Pouncey keeps it in. Now Martin over to Aaron Tho. Take a shot that goes wide. Looks like Tho might be playing some forward for the Grizzlies here tonight. As Martell moves it ahead. Left circle. Shot is blocked as the whistle blows. We might have our game's first penalty as there was a battle out in front of Colton Ellis. As we haven't had a single penalty on. It looks like it's going to be on the Grizzlies. So it looks like Utah is going to go to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell for the first time tonight with 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first period. And it's Jordan Martell, the Rooster, who heads to the penalty box. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Call and get Utah's best DUI defense team. Rogers and Russell. Draws in the left circle. Eddie Matsushima will take it for Tulsa against Keaton Jamison. And the puck ends up clearing the zone. I think Tulsa might have won the draw, but it went between the two defensemen. Oilers skate from right to left. They're on the power play for the first time tonight as Martell broke a hockey rule. Galad centers it. Grizzlies poke it back to the near corner. Now the Oilers skate back towards the near corner. Jamison battles. He'll move it across as Corey Thomas gets it. Thomas will clear it out. Corey Thomas was outstanding in the 3-game series against Idaho last weekend. Jared Hilderman crosses center ice, skates down the middle. Now he gains the offensive line. He'll drop it towards the near side for Galad. Now back towards the right side. Lefty shot goes wide. As Wright will move it across. Now out past Hilderman and out to neutral ice as the Oilers back in their own zone have to chase it down. Pfizer collides with Hilderman. Now Hilderman holds up Pfizer. Pfizer gets a puck. Sharp angled shot. Hits the side of the net. Now centering pass out to Wright who swings and misses. Tulsa comes back up with it. 3:27 left in the first and counting as the Oilers. Dante Sheriff skates to the right side. He'll stop. He'll throw it back up top. Now across the left side. Oilers with a shot that goes wide as Justin Bean didn't connect on the one-timer as Oilers will carry it back into the offensive zone as they drop it off to the left point. Tulsa battles. Utah takes it away. Good job by Dylan Fitz. Fitz skates down the right side. Over to the circle. Takes a righty shot. Kick saved by Ellis. As though lets it go past him. Oilers carry it out to center ice as Dante Sheriff gets back checked by Fitz. Another Oiler picks it up, right side. And it looks like the Oilers are offside. It looked like Sheriff tried to drop it off for Matsushima, but I believe Matsushima was out of the zone when he accepted the puck, or Sheriff was still in there. 2:53 left in the first. And the Tulsa Oilers have a new indoor football team. You know what their team name is? The Tulsa Oilers. Kind of reminds me of back in the day when there was a St. Louis Cardinals football team and a St. Louis Cardinals baseball team. Back when the football team now known as the Arizona Cardinals. And then the New York Giants had baseball and football, where they used to call it the New York Football Giants, and some people still do. Tulsa wins the draw. Hilderman skates back in as he's being shadowed by McDonald. 2.5 minutes left in the first as the Oilers feed it across. Righty shot, saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to Tulsa. They feed it to the right point. Now across to Kyler Wall. Now it's the left corner for Hilderman. He gets poked away by McDonald. Hilderman gets it back as now he's being checked by Corey Thomas. Oilers behind the net get double teamed. Utah gets the puck. Martell will skate towards the left side, and the Rooster moves it across. Turnover. Oilers with a lefty shot. Glove saved by Minor. As Martell turned the puck over. Tulsa had a good look, but Minor makes a big-time save with 2:11 left in the first. So that was a 5-on-5 situation. Unfortunately, we didn't have the countdown to know how much time was left on the power play for Tulsa. So that was a 5-on-5. We're back to 5-on-5 skating. As what did Martell do?
Looks like it was a high sticking minor.
So a high sticking minor by Jordan Martell. Guy Chiarenza will recap the first period during the first intermission. 2 minutes left in the first. Utah ices the puck. And, Guy, what'd you see there from Tulsa on their power play?
Well, Tyson, not a whole lot. The Grizzlies did a really good job of shutting that down. They had a few good chances, but any chance that they got, Minor was there to swallow it up.
Even 2 minutes are left in the first period. Sorry, I'm not 100% today. I'm just trying to preserve as much voice as I possibly can. Draws in the left circle. And it's won by Tulsa. As they'll drop it back towards the slot. Shot goes wide. It goes back towards center ice. Cameron Wright chasing after it. Ellis way out of his net to the far side. Clears it out. Oilers skate back in. Right wing shot, kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the left point. Oilers feed it across, taken away by Shearer. Shearer moves it ahead. Out to Cameron Wright, who gets around an Oiler. Left circle. Wright tries to drop it off, but the puck ended up going back to Wright. Now Cutler in the right wing. He'll skate towards his left. Now it's the left circle. Cutler loses the puck, gets over to Nilsson. Left wing shot goes wide. Tulsa gets it. As the Oilers will feed it across. They're still in their own zone. Now they'll move it out to center. Tulsa crosses center and dumps it in. Bryson Martin chases after it. He'll skate down the middle. Martin will skate towards center ice, and he'll chip it to the right side for Penner. Penner looks to center it back to Martin, who couldn't handle it as it just glanced off his stick. Raby will move it back up top. Skating to keep it in is Martin, who's got good speed. He'll chip it across to Pfizer. Pfizer gets back checked. Tulsa clears it out. No icing as the Grizzlies get it. 45 seconds left in the first. Pfizer gets around Sheriff. Now he's at neutral ice. He crosses center. Pfizer drops the net back up for Aaron Tho. Will drive it around the boards. I think Tho might be playing some forward for the Grizzlies tonight. Puck back to neutral ice. Less than 30 seconds left. Oilers dump it in. Minor behind the net will feed it towards the far side. 20 seconds left in the first. Puck goes to McDonald, who's behind the Grizzlies' net. He'll feed it ahead. 12 seconds left in the first. Utah moves over to Strong, who drops it up, but Tulsa picks it off. 6 seconds left in the first. Oilers at neutral ice will drop it off for Mike McKee, and that does it for 20 minutes over at BOK Center. Both teams had 15 shots. Nobody scored a goal. And when we come back, Guy Chiarenza will recap the first 20 minutes of play, as there's no score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers in the first of 6 meetings this season between the clubs. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
First intermission, presented by Siegfried and Jensen. No score between the Grizzlies and Oilers. Because nobody scored, it's going to be tough to do a recap, but Guy Chiarenza has a recap of the first period over at BOK Center.
Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about here. Pretty back and forth game, a little more of a wide open game than I initially expected. Shots are 14-13 in favor of the Grizzlies, and really just came back and forth for the majority of the period. Didn't think we were going to get any goals or any penalties, but actually ended up Jordan Martell got a high sticking minor 15 minutes and 30 seconds into the first period. So Tulsa went on the power play, but the Grizzlies penalty kill, as it has been for the last couple of weeks, has been solid and shut down the Oilers. Minor made saves when saves needed to be made, and the Grizzlies and the Oilers head to the locker room tied up at 0.
Dakota Raby had 4 shots to lead the Grizzlies. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, and Cameron Wright each had 2 shots. So that Keaton Jamison played a pretty good first period. He's one of a bunch of Grizzlies to have 1 shot in the first period. Tulsa also had 15 shots in the first. The Birdman, Maxime Galata, had 4 to lead the way. Tyler Polson, in years past, as a member of the Rapid City Rush, used to give the Grizzlies all sorts of fits. He's had a pretty good year, 22 points in 32 games, 4 goals and 18 assists. He had 3 shots for Tulsa in the first period. Eddie Matsushima, who's the Oilers' leading scorer with 28 points this year in 33 games. He had 2 shots, and a few other Oilers had 1 shot. Colton Ellis did not necessarily come into play with great stats. He only had an .889 save percentage, a 3.45 goals against average, but he does have a pretty respectable win-loss record of 9-7-4. Tulsa, really the thing that's been their bugaboo so far this year is the fact they've lost 7 games past regulation. They've got a record of 11-15-6-1. And for the Grizzlies, they're 2-1 in overtime games. They haven't played too many overtime contests. But think about Tulsa already losing 7 games past regulation. We didn't get to the scratches tonight. Garrett Metcalf is the third goaltender. The Grizzlies were also without defenseman Joey Kolatarsi, Jordan Stone, and Victor Bartley. Grizzlies are also without forwards Johnny Walker. Walker still battling an injury. Zach Sekos recovering from an injury. Vladislav Mikalchuk, who got hurt last Saturday in Boise. Now, it's not as serious as originally thought, but he's out of the lineup, and Jordan Stone also out for the Grizzlies. And the guy I wonder who's going to have the edge there in the second period. The Grizzlies haven't been on the power play. And think about in the month of January, Utah's 8 for 19 on the power play over the last 6 games. So that's really been a big reason as to why the Grizzlies have had a lot of success. And I got to think that Rob Murray's Tulsa Oilers, and Tulsa has really struggled on the penalty kill this year. In fact, their penalty kill percentage is 74.1%. So I know that I got to imagine that Rob Murray made a point of emphasis to stay out of the penalty box because the Grizzlies have been hot on the power play.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean game up until the Martell minor. But, I mean, really, I feel like the next goal is going to go for the Grizzlies. I just feel like the bubble's about to burst. The Grizzlies played a really good first period. They were taking shots, a lot of shots, something that we've wanted to see them do all season long. They had puck possession. They were doing everything right. They just weren't able to capitalize on their scoring chances. But I feel like in the second period, this game might blow wide open if the Grizzlies can capitalize on their chances.
Both teams with 15 shots in the first period. And when we come back in 2 minutes, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports. This is a Siegfried and Jensen intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, Surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them, like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
No score over at BOK Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. We're hanging out in the lobby at Maverick Center as Grizzlies looking for that first goal of the game, but it's been a good goaltending matchup between two guys who've got NHL entry-level deals, and Trent Miner for the Grizzlies and Colton Ellis for Tulsa. Both guys saw 15 shots in the first period and both stopped them all. Other games in the league, Wichita leads Allen 1-0 as Jay Dickman scored his 13th of the year, 11:50 in, with McPherson and Preston getting the assists. So even though Allen has outshot Wichita 12-9, Thunder late in the first period have a 1-0 lead. First intermission, Toledo leads Iowa 2-1. Halfway through the second period, the defending champion Florida Everblades leads Savannah 4-2. Second intermission, Newfoundland leads Worcester 3-1. Second intermission, Adirondack leads Trois-Rivières 4-2. It's also a 4-2 score early in the third period. Reading against Norfolk. Norfolk representing they were represented heavily in the ECHL All-Star game on Monday. They are led by head coach Jeff Carr, who's a former Grizzlies assistant coach. Second intermission, Fort Wayne and Kalamazoo are tied at 1. After 2 periods, South Carolina leads Jacksonville 4-2. And also after 2 periods, Indy leads Cincinnati 3-0. And a game getting started in about 20 minutes from now at the Monument in Rapid City. Idaho is at Rapid City. What's the temperature in Rapid City? Did Idaho and Cam McGuire catch a break there? Or is it just a tough weather day over in Rapid City? It really depends on the week. As the temperature in Rapid City, actually not bad. 26 degrees right now. The high was 38. So it looks like the weather's actually pretty decent in Rapid City. In fact, it looked like it was warmer in Rapid City today than it was in the Salt Lake Valley. So I guess it just is what it is. Still looking for the game's first goal. Remember, the Grizzlies this year have a record of 10-3 when scoring first. And I think it's going to be crucial for the team that scores first, because it seems like Tulsa has been a team that's been good at holding on to a lead. So we'll see if the Grizzlies, who this season have outscored their opponents 38-37 in the second periods. We'll see if they'll end up coming out on top. But you look at some of the stats and some of the team leaders for the Grizzlies. I mentioned Tyson Pfizer, who leads the club with 10 goals this season. He's the first Grizzly to get 10 or more goals, as he scored an empty netter late in the third period on Monday. Andrew Nilsson, it's been a while since he's picked up an assist. He's been stuck at 20 for a while, but Nilsson still leads the club with 20 assists. But Cameron Wright is right on his heels, as Wright has 17 assists this year. Cameron Wright leads the Grizzlies with 26 points this year, 9 goals and 17 assists. Andrew Nilsson leads the team in penalty minutes with 92. The leader in plus minus is Zach Sekos, who got injured on December 30th, and he's been out of the Grizzlies lineup for now this 8th straight game. But hopefully Zach will get back in the Grizzlies lineup here soon, because I think in terms of all-around skill, his ability to win faceoffs, good two-way forward, very smart player who can create chances for himself and for others on the ice, especially in the offensive zone. I think Zach Sekos is the guy the Grizzlies have certainly missed. I do think the Grizzlies have missed Johnny Walker, who still leads the team with 5 power play goals this season. And even though the Grizzlies were able to get Brandon Cutler back after spending time in the AHL with 2 different clubs and getting Tyson Pfizer back, Pfizer didn't even miss a game, as he spent 3 days in the AHL. But guys, just think about how the Grizzlies lineup would be stacked at the forwards if they were able to get, Zach Sekos and Johnny Walker healthy.
Yeah, Tyson, I think adding Brandon Cutler back, I think that really helps. He's a very skilled forward who has a very strong offensive presence, but it does hurt not to have Zach Sekos or Johnny Walker. And I really think in those divisional games against Idaho, those were games where you really missed Johnny Walker and just his physicality. And then you think about the power play and his shot. And Zach Sekos also does a lot of things on both sides of the puck. So those are two guys that you really miss. But I think this is the point in the season that we've been waiting for, where the Grizzlies are starting to get guys back. And so, as we talked about early on in the season, once the Grizzlies get these guys back, they could be a dangerous team. And here we are. I think the Grizzlies are poised to make a really good run down the stretch.
And it is good to see Bryson Martin return to the lineup for the first time since December. And I thought he played a pretty good first period. Thinking about a guy that's got a lot of speed, Bryson Martin certainly has that.
Yeah, he does. He brings a lot of speed to his game. And sometimes it looks like he's an extra forward out there with the way that he jumps in offensively. He's a guy that I think could be really strong on the power play. He's kind of like Andrew Nielsen in the way that he moves the puck, but he also brings a lot more speed to his game.
In fact, for Martin, it's the first game he's played since December 10th at Jacksonville. So Martin looked good in the first period. Still looking for the first goal of the game, no score. Grizzlies, the Oilers, what do you expect to see here in the second?
Well, Tyson, we saw a lot of shots in the first period. We saw a lot of offense. I think that we're going to see a little bit more of that in the second period, although I think that favors the Grizzlies. It seems like the Oilers want to play a little bit more of a defensive game. It seems like while the shots were tied, the Grizzlies were the one kind of dictating the terms. So I think if the Grizzlies can capitalize on that and get the first goal and have the Oilers playing catch-up, I think that's right where you want them.
When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll have second period action as there's no score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. This has been the Siegfried and Jensen Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. Guy, who do you think is going to get the first goal for Utah tonight?
Tyson, I really like the way that Brandon Cutler has been moving around in the offensive zone. In his first game back with the Grizzlies, he's had a very strong showing. He's been bouncing around everywhere. I like him to get the first goal.
Utah has scored 19 goals in 6 games in the month of January. Cameron Wright has 7 points in his last 6 games, 5 goals and 2 assists. Wright has taken 26 shots over the last 6 contests. Keaton Jamison has 6 points in his last 6 games. And the Rooster, Jordan Martell, also has 6 points in 6 games. He had a couple really good looks in the first period. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here in the second. Dylan Fitz has 3 goals over his last 5 games. And the Grizzlies have a record of 3-2-1 in 6 games in the month of January. And you think about it, the Grizzlies 15 of their first 34 games were against the Idaho Steelheads. That's about 44% of Utah's games. So you think about the Grizzlies, they've got a record of 10-8-1 when they play somebody other than the Steelheads this year. I got a feeling it's going to be an interesting second half of the season for the Grizzlies, who have a lot of home games. They face a lot of teams not named the Idaho Steelheads in the second half of the year.
Yeah, I mean, not playing the Steelheads helps, although the Grizzlies did have a few strong showings against the Steelheads in the last few games that they played, winning 2 out of 3. I think that builds a lot of momentum. And as you mentioned, the schedule seems to lighten up a little bit for the Grizzlies. And hey, you got a lot of home games here at the Maverick Center down the stretch. So I think everything is in the favor of the Grizzlies.
See if the Grizzlies can get on the power play here in the second period. Utah's power play is 21.4% this season, but they are 8 for 19 in 6 games in the month of January. And you think about one of the weak links for Tulsa, it's been their penalty kill, only 74.1% this year. So can the Grizzlies find a way to generate some power plays and get some offensive momentum off of that?
Yeah, Tyson, that might be the key to start jumpstarting the offense in this game. If the Grizzlies do end up on the power play, look for a chance to be for Andrew Nielsen to get his first point in a while. He's had a lot of success on the power play.
Looks like the same that 5 guys that started the game for the Grizzlies are out there. Dakota Raby, Tyler Penner, and Taryn Pfizer are the 3 forwards. Starting defensive pairing is James Shearer and Andrew Nielsen. Now, I thought Andrew played a pretty good first period for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he did. He, like I said before, he moves the puck a lot, and he's a really good puck-moving defenseman, has a little bit of an offensive prowess. He uses his size very well, and so I like what I saw from him the first period, and I expect more of that in the second.
I also like the forward line of Brandon Cutler, Keaton Jamison, and Cameron Wright in the first period. We'll see if that continues here in the second. As they'll drop the puck here to start the second period. Tyler Penner will take the face off. Dakota Raby to his left and Taryn Pfizer to his right. I have no clue what they were doing there on Flow Sports. There as the Oilers win the draw. They'll throw it from blue line to blue line. He goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Utah will pitch it out to the far side as the Oilers in the corner, 2-on-2. As they'll skate towards the left circle with the puck. They'll feed it back up top. Now across out the near boards. Raby has to go over his stick. Oilers Dante Sheriff gets around a skater. He'll drop it back off for the left side. Now it's the high slot. Righty shot is blocked. The Grizzlies get it, and they clear it out to center. Chasing after it's Taryn Pfizer. But it rolls all the way out towards Colton Ellis, who will feed it to the far corner. About 40 seconds into the second period. Still no score as the Oilers regain the offensive line. Right wing, Jared Hilderman will skate towards the corner. Shearer delivers a big hit. Now Nielsen moves it ahead. Puck ends up back with Nielsen. He'll throw it to the far side. Oilers poke it away. Now left wing, centering pass, shot. And a save by Miner. Puck's still in play, and Trent says he's covered up. It's about 1 minute into the second period. Trent Miner makes his 16th save of the game. It looked like the pass from the left wing to the slot connected. And it looked like Trent Miner didn't collect it cleanly, but he was able to hold on as the Oilers had a second look. It was about ankle high. Boy, Miner had it trickle, and what a lucky break for the Grizzlies and Trent Miner as it trickled past him, but just to the left of the post. Oilers missed getting their first goal of the game by that much, and by that much I mean a few inches. So it's still a scoreless game. Draw's going to be in the right circle, and it's won by Tulsa. As the Oilers feed it towards the end boards, now it's the right wing. Tulsa gets it back up top to Hilderman. He has it bounce off his stick. Grizzlies carry it to center ice before Tulsa regathers it. Oilers skate back in along the near side as an Oiler reacts as if he were hit with a high stick. Grizzlies move it ahead to the left wing. Cam Strong looks to center it, passes wide of the mark. Actually, that's Aaron Tho. I think he's playing a little bit forward for the Grizzlies. Cutler throws over to Pfizer, right wing shot, and the Oilers cut in front of him, so he couldn't get the shot off. Oilers cross center ice 2-on-3. They make a line change as they dump it in. Bryson Martin collides with an Oiler. First game for Martin since December 10th against Jacksonville. As the Grizzlies, Keaton Jamison gains center ice. Now he drops it off, gains the line. Cameron Wright skates in, but everybody stops skating as the Grizzlies are called for offside with 18-16 left in the second. But, Guy, there about a minute ago, looked like the Oilers could have taken a lead there as the puck bounced off of Trent Miner's ankles and rolled just wide of the net.
You want to talk about a game of inches, Tyson? It's a game of inches. The puck was this close to being in the net. But how about Trent making a great save there and then making a good save on the rebound?
Draws at neutral ice, and it's taken by Tulsa. As the Oilers skate from left to right in the second period. They'll move it ahead. It looks like icing on the Oilers. And for the Grizzlies, watch out for that line of Fitzstrong and Jordan Martell.
Yeah, Strong has had a really strong showing over, no pun intended, over the last couple of games. And Jordan Martell has been very solid in the first few games that he's played with the Grizzlies. Seems like he's really settling in with this team. And Dylan Fitz is always a great presence to have. So combine all three together and you got yourself a really solid line.
Grizzlies forward line is really coming together here in the month of January. Draws in the Oilers zone. And it's won by Tulsa. So carry it out towards center ice. Regathered by Fitz. He'll bounce it off an Oiler. It's Cam Strong moving across the rooster. Jordan Martell. He'll skate towards the right side, stopping the point. They'll feed it towards the far side goal line. As Fitz will skate back to the corner. And Strong gets double teamed. He gets hit. Puck glides towards Fitz, who feeds it up top to Thomas. Now Tulsa takes it away. Oilers have a breakaway. Skate towards the left side. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Miner. That was taken by Blake McLaughlin. Puck towards the far side. Oilers look to center, and it goes wide of the mark. Grizzlies cross center. Martell gains center ice and dumps it in. 2.5 minutes into the second period, still no score. As the Oilers will bounce it out to center ice, right wing. Now over to the right side. Matsushima, right wing shot goes wide. Grizzlies move it ahead. 2-on-2. Left wing. Penner looks to center it. He's looking for the rooster. Pass was wide of the mark. Now the puck goes back to the far side in the corner. Penner skates over there. He gets hit by an Oiler. About 3 minutes into the second. Pfizer battling, so is Raby. And the puck goes back over to Maxime Golod. As Pfizer gets hit. And it goes out to the far side. Now Raby battling with Tulsa. Right points. Oilers feed it across. As Tulsa will lift it in the air. It goes off the screen out to neutral ice. Grizzlies dump it back in. Oilers skate from left to right. Right wing pass to Dante Sheriff. He gets around Pfizer. He feeds it to the far side. Grizzlies get a stick in the way as the puck goes into the Tulsa bench as the Oilers were looking for Maxime Golod on the left side. 16:26 left in the second. Still no score. The Oilers have taken the first 3 shots officially in the second period. Draw is going to be at neutral ice. First of a 3-game set. Same teams tomorrow. Face-off is going to be at center ice. Jamison takes it. It's won by the Grizzlies. As Utah skates from right to left. Pass up ahead. Goes into the Oilers zone and got redirected. It's no icing. Oilers come back up with it. Dante Sheriff on the near side. Gains neutral ice. Will bounce it off of Cutler as it goes back to Sheriff, who has to regather it in the Oilers zone. Sheriff will feed it across to Hilderman. Hilderman being shadowed by Jamison. Hilderman tries to move it ahead, but he keeps the puck. They'll skate around Tulsa's net. As the Oilers towards the far side, get it out towards center. Arm is raised by the linesman, and icing is on the Oilers. 15:45 left in the second, and the Grizzlies having some offensive zone time here. Hopefully, he can find a way to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Tyson, that's what we talked about in the intermission. I really think that the first goal in this game is going to be critical. If you're the Grizzlies, you don't want to be playing catch-up against a team like the Oilers that is really sound defensively.
Tyler Penner will take the draw for Utah. He's got Raby to his right and Pfizer to his left. And the face-off won by Utah. Dakota Raby throws it up top for Nilsson. He'll feed it across. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers dump it ahead. Nilsson delivers a big-time hit. Oilers look to center it. Shot. Saved by Miner. Trenton holds on. 15:33 left in the second. Andrew Nilsson delivered a big hit at neutral ice. We'll see if he gets penalized for it, as there's an Oiler in the high slot of the Grizzlies zone. Nilsson is going to get called for it. As Nilsson slammed down an Oiler at neutral ice, it looks like Nilsson's going to get 2 minutes in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. And so Tulsa, for the second time tonight, will be on the power play. Tulsa's power play is an even 16% this season. The Grizzlies' penalty kill over their last 7 games is 26 for 28. So the draw is going to be in the left circle. Eddie Matsushima will take it for Tulsa, and the Oilers win the draw, but Utah takes it away. Grizzlies cross center. Now they gain the line as Fitz overskates it, and Tulsa comes back the other way. Big hit near the Tulsa bench. Oilers dump it in. Corey Thomas gets it back for Utah. He'll spin it along the near boards. Tulsa picks it off, keep it in the zone. As Sheriff will throw it to the left side. Oilers fake a shot. Now Hilderman will get it back to the left side just outside the circle. Now back up top for Hilderman. He'll feed it to the left side to Galad, back to Hilderman. And so he'll throw a right wing pass, one-timer. Lefty shot goes wide. As the Oilers to the left side, throw it up top for Hilderman. He'll skate towards his right. Now drop it back off to the left side. Galad shot and it gets blocked and rolls towards the right corner. Thomas moves it ahead to Jamison, who clears it out. Good job by Keaton Jamison and company. About halfway through the power play, Grizzlies make a line change, and so do the Oilers. 14:33 and counting left in the second. Still no score. As the Oilers, who have taken the first 4 shots in the second period at neutral ice, Matsushima gets taken away by Cameron Wright. Wright's got a breakaway, skates down the middle. Righty shot. Saved by Ellis. Puck still in play. As goes towards the left side. Wright skates towards the near boards. Arm is raised by the referee. Who's the penalty going to be on? As looked like Carl Budreas was battling with Cameron Wright as the puck was along the near boards. Budreas can't believe it. I think it's going to be on him. And it looks like it. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Oilers. So good effort by Cameron Wright to draw the Grizzlies. Not a power play for now, as they're going to skate 4-on-4 for a little bit of time. And then after that, the Grizzlies will have their first power play of the evening. So Carl Budreas is in the penalty box for Tulsa. And Andrew Nilsson is still in there for the Grizzlies. As Budreas kind of pushed right. I mean, by then the penalty had already been committed. And Budreas threw right along the glass. But the penalty was before that, as they show the replay on Flow Sports. Draws one by Tulsa. They're skating 4-on-4 for a limited time. As the Oilers, Mike McKee skates down the middle. Now feed a right wing pass to Jackson Lee for make that Jimmy Soper dumps it in. As the Oilers, left wing, backhand shot is blocked. Grizzlies will throw it out to the left side. They cross center ice. Raby gains the line, stops. He gets it poked away. And it goes back to the Grizzlies. It rolls towards Trent Miner. As Miner will give it over or fake to Raby. He'll feed it ahead to neutral ice. Grizzlies cross center. Nilsson standing up in the penalty box as Fitz feeds it across. It bounced off a skate and goes to Tulsa. Nilsson's out of the box. Grizzlies will be on the power play for an abbreviated time. As Hilderman gains center ice, now crosses into the offensive zone. He'll spin it around the board slowly so Tulsa can fit in a line change. As Nilsson gets the puck, he leads the team with 15 power play points. He crosses center ice, and he'll drop it off. As Grizz cross center, Pfizer gains the line and stops. He'll throw it to right. Back to Pfizer on the right side as Pfizer skates towards the right circle. Now throw it back up top for Nilsson. Nilsson will take a lefty shot. Saved by Ellis. Rebound goes out to the right corner. Pfizer spins it to the near side. It's kept in by Brandon Cutler. Cutler tries to get it across to Pfizer. Pfizer gets it off the boards. Pfizer skates towards the right circle. Now chip it to the far goal line. Grizzlies skate around the crease. Shot gets blocked, and Tulsa clears it out. By around the crease, they meant in front of it. As Miner will give it over to Nilsson. As Nilsson skates around the net. As Budreas will get out of the box here soon. As the Grizzlies cross center ice, and they'll gain the line as they drop it off towards Nilsson. Ease on the left side. He'll move it ahead as the Grizzlies towards the corner. Cutler gets it back to Nilsson. Nilsson winds and fires, and the shot goes off a stick and flies out of play. 12:14 left in the second. Still no score. As Tulsa took the first 4 shots of the second period, the Grizzlies responded with 3 shots of their own. Grizzlies make a line change. Dylan Fitz out there along with Jordan Martell. Cam Strong as well. Up top is Aaron Tho, and we can't see who the other guy is for Utah. As 12:14 is left in the second, make sure to follow the Grizzlies on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. I'm on Twitter at Tyson on Sports. And the draw, we'll do it over again. As looked like Alex Gilmore was taking the face-off for Tulsa. Cam Strong for Utah. Gilmore this season has a +2 rating and 6 points in 23 games. As Grizzlies still on the power play for a limited time. Utah wins the draw. Though gets over to Fitz. Fitz will skate towards the right corner. and fits around the net. We'll chip it over to the near side for Tho, wearing number 28. Tho around to Fitz, who's behind the net. Fitz looking for a wraparound. He falls down as he was trying to redirect himself. Grizzlies get it back up top for Tho. Tho, wearing number 28, will bounce it off an Oiler, and it goes out to center ice. Tho gets the puck back, surrounded by 3 Oilers. He'll drop it across. Grizzlies move it ahead to the left wing for Martel. The Rooster skates towards the circle, stops just outside of it, dropping off for Strong, who's around the net. Strong tried to feather it out in front to Fitz, and the pass was wide of the mark. Tulsa crosses center ice and dumps it in as Utah chases after it. Corey Thomas spins it towards the near boards as the Grizzlies cross center. As we're skating 5-on-5, Utah loses the puck as Tulsa throws a backhand pass to the right wing. As Matsushima feeds it across, Oilers left wing will wrap it around the boards. Goes back to the right wing. Tulsa feeds up top, right point. Oilers chip it back to the corner as it glides along the boards towards the far side. Aaron Tho gets over to Bryson Martin behind the net. He'll feed it to the far side for Simeone. Back to Martin, the former third-round pick of Buffalo. He'll throw it to center ice for Martel. Glanced off his stick and goes deep into the Oilers zone. Sheriff chases after it. He'll move it ahead as the Oilers out to the right wing as they're near the boards. Oilers dish it to the corner as Tulsa feeds it back up top. Right wing shot goes wide, hitting off the end boards. Trent Miner covers up. 10:41 left in the second. No score as you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
10:41 left in the second period. No score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. Draws give me the right circle. Tulsa took the first 4 shots of the second period. The Grizzlies responded with 3 of their own. As a faceoff is going to be taken by Tyler Penner against Jimmy Soper. Soper wearing number 13. He's got 13 goals and 11 assists in 33 games. Soper kicked out of the faceoff circle. Jackson Leaf will take the draw. Leaf has 5 goals and 10 assists in 33 games. As the draw won by Penner and the Grizzlies. Corey Thomas feeds it across the captain, Connor McDonald, down to Simeone. Will bounce it off the far side. Penner at center ice, chips it in. As Tulsa chases after it. We're about halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes. Still no score. As the Oilers move it ahead to Soper. He'll feed it across ice. Now the Oilers and Grizzlies territory dump it in. Thomas chases after it. Corey spins it towards the near side. Raby in the area. Tulsa fires a right wing shot. Saved by Miner. Trent holds on. He's been outstanding as of late. Think about the game he had against Rapid City on January 7th, where he stopped 39 of 42 and kept the Grizzlies in throughout. Utah ended up losing 3-2 in overtime. Then this past Monday, on Martin Luther King Day, where the Grizzlies wore their SpongeBob SquarePants specialty jerseys, Trent Miner stopped 46 of 47. And here so far tonight, he has stopped the first 20. You think about Miner, who is a part of the Grizzlies social media Wallpaper Wednesday. In fact, I got my Trent Miner wallpaper right now. Grizzlies won the draw as Utah moves it ahead. Out to center ice, 2-on-3. Grizzlies gained the line. Right, stops in the right point, feeds to the corner looking for Jamison. It goes back to right, who skates towards the corner. Now ahead, back to the corner. Right skates over there. Cutler trying to feed it to the right point. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers cross center. Dante Sheriff gets it poked away by Utah. It's the Grizzlies. Cameron Wright feeds it across. Was actually sure that poked it away. Tulsa crosses center ice again. Oilers from the right wing will skate in. Tulsa, Maxime Galad will get it poked away. Galad will feed it back to the right corners. It bounces over there. Grizzlies gather it. Taryn Pfizer throws a pass around Galad. Taken by Tulsa. So they'll move it ahead. Now the Grizz cross center ice. As Nilsson skates towards the right wing, takes a shot that goes wide. Fitz tries to feed it out in front. Tulsa picks it off. Oilers will dump it in. No icing. As Aaron Tho gets it for Utah. Tho will chip it ahead. Grizzlies chase after it. Colton Ellis plays behind his net. 9 minutes and counting left in the second. Still no score. Grizzlies pick off an Oilers pass at center ice. Utah will throw it back into their own zone and reset. Tho feeds it across. Grizzlies get it out to center. Utah gloves it and skates towards the right circle. Righty shot, and it goes wide. It looks like it flies out of play. 8:42 left in the second. Timeout on the ice. Still no score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey, presented by Rio Tinto.
Pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Welcome back. No score between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. Guy, we might need to get some honey and tea for tomorrow night, as my voice not holding up all that well. But you know, we're still looking for the game's first goal, and Trent Miner's been outstanding here so far.
Yeah, Trent Miner's been fantastic. The feature on Wallpaper Wednesday, I think for the next Wallpaper Wednesday, I'd like to see a Connor McDonald one. I think he's a guy that could use a little more recognition for what he does. But I think that'd be good. But Trent's been fantastic in this game, and seems like he's off to a great start in the 2023 calendar year.
You do a lot of people for Wallpaper Wednesday, maybe Taryn Pfizer or Dakota Raby, or really anybody for that matter. Grizzlies win the draw on the offensive zone. Raby on the left side skates towards the corner. He'll drop it off for Pfizer. He feeds it across. Grizzlies on the right side. Nilsson back to Raby as Raby gets hit. He'll feed it to the corner, taken by Tulsa as the Oilers will bounce it off the near boards. Nilsson has a bounce off of him as the Oilers at their blue line will carry it out to center ice, right wing. As Justin Beam, right wing, will take a shot. And he goes wide and out of play. 8:14 left in the second. Faceoff's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone as Utah, for the first time in quite a while, wearing the white jerseys with black numbers and professional green trim. Tulsa's jerseys, if you remember watching them last year, are the exact same as they were last season. Obviously, every team's got their own specialty jerseys, but this is the same jersey the Oilers have worn for quite some time. Draws in the right circle, and it's won by Utah. Nilsson will skate around Miner's net. He'll feed it to the far side as Pfizer gets it back to Nilsson. Andrews played a pretty good game tonight. They'll throw a left wing pass as the Grizzlies gather it. Raby will feed it across towards the bench area for Nilsson. Nilsson near the Grizzlies bench gets to the Tulsa blue line and dumps it in as Pfizer delivers a hit along the end wall. Oilers get the puck. Tulsa battling on the far side. Pfizer takes it away, right point. He'll take a shot that goes wide. It stays in play. As the Oilers in the left corner, Mike McKee will move it ahead to Jimmy Soper. Will lift it out to center ice. Tulsa re-enters. Oilers skate towards the left circle. Ethan Stewart backhand shot, saved by Miner. Rebound goes to Utah. As the Grizz cross center, Brandon Cutler left wing gets over to Jamison. Jamison battles. He'll dump it in. Taken back by Hilderman, who will skate towards the Tulsa goal line. Now I'll start the attack. As Hilderman gets out towards center ice, Utah pokes it away. Cutler on the left side will drop it off, looking for Pfizer, make that Cameron right. Right back to Cutler. He'll look to center to Jamison. Shot saved by Ellis. Rebound goes back to right. They'll feed it up top as McDonald with a shot that goes wide. Tulsa clears it out. In the Grizzlies zone, Bryson Martin gets it. Martin will move it ahead as it goes to center ice, looking for Cameron Wright. Tulsa picks it off and dumps it back in. McDonald on the far side Feeds it across. Cross ice pass connects. Still in Fitz. Left circle. Takes a shot. He scores! Grizzlies get on the board with 6:28 left in the second as a rink-wide pass connected to Fitz on the left side. Fitz skated in. Strong was cutting towards the net, and it went past Colton Ellis. As I think Cam Strong, cutting towards the net, took away some of the vision of the Fitz shot. And so Utah's 19th shot on goal turns out to be the first. Has gone past Colton Ellis. And the Grizzlies draw first blood. They are 10-3 when scoring first this season. We'll see if Cam Strong redirected it or if it's going to be Dylan Fitz who would pick up the goal, and it would be Fitz's 7th goal of the season. As Grizz win the draw and dump it in, Tulsa skating from left to right. We'll chip it out towards center ice. Grizz moving ahead to Cam Strong. He'll feed it towards the slot. Tulsa picks it off. The Oilers will bounce it off the glass out to center ice. The Rooster, Jordan Martell, will throw it to the right side. Grizzlies dump it in. Colton Ellis plays it behind his net. He'll feed it towards the far side. 6 minutes and even and counting left in the second. Utah leads 1-0. Out the Tulsa blue line. Down near the Grizzlies bench. Utah tried to skate back in. Tulsa took it away. 5:45 and counting left in the second. Oilers cross center ice, right wing. They'll skate into the zone. Oilers dropping off. Now back to the corner. As Tulsa spins behind Utah's net. They'll feed it out to the left point. Hilderman with a shot. It's blocked. Tulsa gets the rebound left circle. They'll skate around the net. Tyler Polson to the right side drops it off. Righty shot saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the corner. Pfizer lifts it in the air. It goes out to center ice. Utah chasing after it. It looks like it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. 5:13 left in the second. And, Guy, it's great to see the Grizzlies get on the board first tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, we've been waiting for it all night, but I had the feeling that the first one was going to go the Grizzlies' way. And here we are, late in the second period, and it goes in favor of the Grizzlies. And how about Dylan Fitz in that line? You talked about him earlier on in the night. They've been fantastic, and now they got a goal out of it.
Cam Strong certainly played great hockey as well. As 5:10 left in the second, Grizzlies will bounce it off the near glass, and it goes into the Oilers zone. Pfizer gets it. He falls down as he was skating towards the left circle. Tulsa cleared it back to the Utah blue line. Less than 5 minutes left in the period. Shearer across to Nilsson. Nilsson will still in his own zone, feed it out to center ice. Grizzlies dump it in. Tulsa will throw it back to center ice. Oilers at their offensive line, get a poked away back to center. Oilers regather it right wing. As Tulsa, Mike McKee will feed it across. Oilers to the left side, gain the line. Utah takes it away and throws it back to the center ice logo. Mike McKee will move it ahead. Oilers throw it back as Martin feeds it to the left side for James. He'll skate to the left circle, take a shot, and it goes wide. Boy, Jamison had a good look from the left circle. It looked like Ellis was able to make the save. 4:17 left in the second. 1-0 Grizzlies, and we're back in 60 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Get a goal to get on the board. Guy, what are the details of the goal?
Well, Tyson, it's going to be Dylan Fitz's goal. It's his 7th of the year. And then the only assist goes to Connor McDonald on that stretch pass.
Yeah, that stretch pass is like 3/4 the length of the ice. Great pass by McDonald, and Fitz was able to score from the left wing. There's a draw taken by Keaton Jamison of Utah. It's an offensive zone one for the Grizz. Tulsa wins the face-off and clears it back to center ice as Kyle Pouncey gets pushed towards the Utah line. Now the Grizzlies take it as Cutler gets taken away, but Wright gets the puck. And so he'll cross the Tulsa line and dump it in. Oilers skate back towards the far side. Oilers moving out to center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. Tulsa centers it. It bounces off a Martin skate as Utah towards the near side. Martin will feed it out to center ice. It bounced off a stick. Fits in the area. Grizzlies skate towards the corner as Martel gets hit. Now behind the net. Tulsa bounces off the near boards as Sheriff will move it ahead. Tulsa crosses center ice. They dump it in. Now the Oilers skate down the middle. Lefty shot is blocked. Off the rebound goes Cameron Wright. Right towards the far side. Will gain center ice. He'll veer off to the right as he steps over the offensive line. Centers to Jamison. Shot goes wide. Now over to the left circle. Wright will take a righty shot. Saved by Ellis. And the Tulsa goaltender holds on. 3:14 left in the second. But, hey, that forward line of Cutler, Jamison, and Wright doing some action for the Grizzlies here.
Yeah, they've been really good all night long. They've been using their speed, and especially Brandon Cutler, he's been really noticeable. And we know what Cameron Wright can bring. He takes a lot of shots. And I really like Keaton Jamison and what he's done so far in the last month or so. Really good line. They got a lot of good chemistry. Look for them to be able to get the next goal in this game.
Draws going to be in the left circle of the Oilers zone. As both teams made a line change. As the Oilers win the face-off, Utah's Jordan Martell anticipated the play and took the puck away. Now to the right wing. McDonald with a shot that's blocked. Puck still in play over in the corner as Tulsa will chip it ahead. Grizzlies get back defensively as the Oilers cross center ice. Now they'll feed a right wing pass. Oilers dump it in. Corey Thomas delivering ahead. He's played a physical brand of hockey. Gilmore over there along with Blake McLaughlin as two Utah Grizzlies over there. Grizzlies delivered a hit on McLaughlin. Grizz under the offensive zone. Fitz already with a goal tonight. We'll dump it into the corner. Grizz behind the net, trying to get it back towards Fitz. Tulsa gets a stick in the way. As the Oilers skate along the near side, 2.5 minutes left in the second. Oilers move it across and dump it in. They chase after on the far side, and they spin it back around as Tulsa in the left point. Rolls it back around. Now everybody stops skating. 2:20 left in the second period. And not sure where the puck ended up as it was off the screen. But you think about the first period, both teams had 15 shots. And here so far in the second, according to the score bug, Tulsa's taken 7 shots in the second period, and Utah's taken 6. So think about being a very evenly matched game in terms of shots. Tulsa, on average, this season is out shooting their opponents by about 3.5 per game. They've taken 35.2 shots per game and have allowed 31.8. The Grizzlies, on average, have been outshot by about 6 per game. Grizzlies win the draw in their own zone. Spin it towards the right side. Justin Bean cuts it off. Right point. He takes a shot that goes wide. That goes back to Jimmy Soper. He feeds it across. Lefty shot. Saved by Minor. Big collision out in front of the crease. 2:08 left in the second. But Trent Minor doing a great job. He gets back slowly, but eventually does get back to his feet. Good job by Trent Minor there.
Yeah, Trent Minor's been fantastic in this game, and he was fantastic in the last game against Idaho. And really, it seems like he's really on his A game now in the last couple of games. So I think that was a turning point for Trent Minor in Rapid City. He's been great ever since.
Faceoff's going to be in the left circle. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in the second. Draw one by the Grizzlies as James Shearer behind the net. He'll skate towards the near side. Shearer feeds it across. Bouncing puck goes past Taryn Pfizer. And it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies. 1:58 left here in the second. Utah leads 1-0 on Dylan Fitz' 7th of the year. Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, picked up his 7th assist of the season. Draw's going to come back to the left circle. Big last 2 minutes here of the second period, Guy.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. If the Grizzlies can hold on to this 1-0 lead or maybe build upon it going into the third period, that'd be huge.
Draw's going to be in the left circle, and it's won by Tulsa. As the Oilers feed it to the right side. Now a righty shot goes wide. Pfizer chases after it on the far side. They'll feed it out to center ice, but Tulsa comes back up with it. Oilers get it over to Justin Bean on the right side. They'll throw it from blue line to blue line, dumps it in. Utah picks it off. Grizz get it out to Pfizer. As puck deep in the Tulsa zone, Penner spins along the far side. Oilers get it back. 1:30 and counting left in the second. Utah delivers a hit near the Tulsa bench. Now the puck squirts towards Utah's bench, which is more on the left side of center ice. Tulsa gains the line but loses the puck as Nilsson moves it ahead. Bounces off a Pfizer's stick as the Oilers back in their own zone have the puck. They'll feed it ahead as it goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Nilsson chases after it. He'll nudge it towards center ice as the Grizzlies chase after it. As in the zone, Brandon Cutler will skate towards the middle. He gets it poked away. Tulsa gets it back. Oilers cross center ice 1-on-2 as Galad drops it off. Now right circle, righty shot goes wide on a tough angle. Goes back to the left wing, shot saved by Miner. 48 seconds left in the second as the Oilers have taken a few shots here in the last minute or so on Miner, but Trent's made them all.
Yeah, like I said before, Trent Miner's done a really good job of stopping whatever the Oilers throw at him. And the Grizzlies defense has done a pretty good job of making those shots easy for Trent to save.
Draws give me the left circle of the Grizzlies zone. Christian Simeone talks it over. Aaron Tho on the ice. As the face-off, Jamison will get kicked out of the circle. Cameron Wright will take the draw. And now Tulsa's kicked out of the face-off circle. That's Eddie Matsushima. Now taking the draw will be Maxime Galad against Cameron Wright. Wright wins the face-off cleanly. Aaron Tho around the net will feed it towards the near side. As the Grizzlies pitch it out to center, Jamison gets cut off. Tulsa re-enters from the left side. Oilers dropping off to the left point. Righty shot goes wide, but glides towards the near boards. Jamison in the area will feed it across to Tho. Tho will bounce it out to the right wing. It goes past an Oiler. Grizzlies skate towards the left side into the zone. Simeone gets it taken away. Puck glides towards the far side. Utah gets the puck. They skate along the far goal line. Utah gets pushed in the corner. Now they get it up top and it exits the zone. 12 seconds left in the second. Utah leads 1-0. As Grizz move it to right. Now across to Jamison. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Oilers glided along the near boards. Galad will bounce it off of Cameron Wright, and that will do it for 2 periods over at BOK Center as Dylan Fitz has the only goal of the game. Connor McDonald with the assist. We'll come back and recap the second period with Guy Chiarenza and talk about some of the fun things happening at Maverick Center on the upcoming homestand. Once again, the score after 2 periods, it's the Grizzlies 1 and the Oilers 0. Siegfried and Jensen intermission report starts in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Now Utah leads 1-0, second intermission. Guy, what happened in there in the second period? Let's recap things.
Well, Tyson, first and foremost, we finally have a goal to talk about after a scoreless first period. Grizzlies have a 1-0 lead heading into the third. Here's what happened. So to start off the period, Andrew Nielsen gets the first penalty of the period. It's a 2-minute interference minor, 4:27 into the period. And then midway through that, 5:49 in, McLaughlin takes a slashing penalty for Tulsa. So Tulsa has some time on the power play. Grizzlies kill that, and then Grizzlies have some time on the power play, but the Oilers are up to the task, and they killed that off. That was the Grizzlies' first power play of the game, although it was abbreviated. And then for much of the period, it was, again, like what we saw in the first, although at a little slower pace, back and forth action until 13:32 into the period. It was Dylan Fitz getting his 7th of the year on a stretch pass from Connor McDonald, and that's where we stand so far heading into the third. That's the only goal of the game, but it goes to Dylan Fitz.
Cameron Wright and Dakota Raby each have 4 shots to lead Utah. Keaton Jamison's got 3 shots. 2 shots for Dylan Fitz and Jordan Martell. And obviously one of Fitz's 2 shots found the back of the net. For Tulsa, the Birdman, Maxime Galad, leads the way with 6 shots. Eddie Matsushima has 4. Tyler Polson has 3. And then a few other Oilers with 2. It's a good goaltending matchup. Colton Ellis has stopped 20 of 21. Trent Miner for Utah stopped all 24.
Yeah, Trent was fantastic. And you think about a turning point in the game was early on in the second period where Trent Miner made just enough of a save to have the puck squeak by him, but it went by wide of the net. And then the Oilers on the second chance opportunity tried to wrap it around the net, and Trent was up to the task. He's been great so far in this game, and really, he's been fantastic to start the calendar year.
Seems like with Tulsa, their top line does a lot of their offense. So it's like you got Galad, who's an offensive force. He's got 6 shots. And then Matsushima's really been their best goal scorer this year, 17 on the year. He's got 4 shots. It seems like if you can slow down that top forward line for Tulsa, you got a chance against them.
Yeah, you're right. And so far, the Grizzlies have done just that. They've shut down the Birdman, who was on a bit of a heater coming into this game. He has 3 goals, 5 assists in his last 6 coming into the game. And then Matsushima, the all-star for Tulsa. He's been pretty much a non-factor. And he's been kind of a little cold coming into the game, only a goal and 2 assists in his last 7. But you think about a guy that goes to the All-Star game, he's always a threat, and the Grizzlies have done a good job of neutralizing that. So give credit to the Grizzlies defense there for shutting down Tulsa's top weapons.
Chuck a puck over in Tulsa. Now in Rapid City, they got a toilet seat that you try to throw it in. Looks like they just have a bucket at center ice for the target. They're at center ice to chuck a puck, but it's good to see the Grizzlies get on the board first. They are 10-3 this season when scoring first. And the Grizzlies, when protecting a lead after 2 periods, they're just about undefeated. They've only lost once when leading after 2 periods. They're 10-1 this season. So the Grizzlies have that right now. It's just a 1-goal advantage, but the Grizzlies are 10-1 when leading after 2 periods this year.
Yeah, Tyson, you mentioned how good the Grizzlies are when leading after 2 with a 10-1 record. That's really awesome. But I think it's imperative that the Grizzlies got the first goal in this game, especially knowing the type of game that Tulsa likes to play. They like to get a lead, and then they like to play a defensive shutdown game, and they want anything else going in. And so for the Grizzlies to get the first goal of this game, now you have a 1-0 lead. Yeah, but you got the Tulsa Oilers out of their element. This is a team that likes to play with the lead, not play from behind. And so I think in the third period, that's in favor of the Grizzlies, although you would like to see a little bit of an insurance goal, wouldn't you?
A little insurance wouldn't hurt for the Grizzlies, who lead 1-0. And when we come back in 2 minutes, we'll go over some scores from around the world of sports as Utah leads 1-0. Sick Van Jensen intermission report on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Second intermission over at BOK Center. Utah leads 1-0 as Dylan Fitz scored about 13 and a half minutes in, with Connor McDonald getting the assist. Some other action in the world of sports. Let's start with the ECHL. Some games in progress involving Mountain Division teams. 2:20 is left in the first period. Idaho leads Rapid City 2-1. Jonas Vandenbergs and Wade Murphy have each found the back of the net for Idaho. Rory Cairns has scored for Rapid City, his 14th of the year. Idaho has outshot Rapid City 15-5, and they lead 2-1. That game with 2 minutes left in the first. Looks like a game with 3 minutes left in the second period. Allen and Wichita are tied at 1. Jay Dickman scored 11:50 into the first period. Colton Hargrove scored his 14th of the year, 4:27 into the second period. As looks like shots are pretty close to even. Wichita 25 shots to Allen's 22. And remember, the Allen Americans will face the Grizzlies quite a bit in the second half of the season. Allen will be in for a 3-game set the first week of February, and we'll go over some of the interesting things that are happening when the Allen Americans are going to be in town. As after this weekend series, the Grizzlies will have 6 straight home games, 3 against Rapid City and 3 against Allen. Second intermission, Toledo leads Iowa 5-1. Florida opening up a can on Savannah. 7 minutes left in the third period. Florida leads Savannah 9-4. So we'll see if Florida can get to double digits on the evening. They lead Savannah 9-4. Looks like Newfoundland holds on to defeat Worcester 3-2. Adirondack over Trois-Rivières 6-3. Reading defeated Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals 5-3. 1 minute left in the third period. Kalamazoo leads Fort Wayne 3-1. A game that has gone final. South Carolina defeats Jacksonville 6-3. And with 2 minutes left in the third period, Indy leads Cincinnati 5-0. So interesting going-ons in the league. Let's see, there's some NHL action tonight. I know on NHL Network, Ottawa's taking on Pittsburgh. There's only 2 games in the NHL tonight. In fact, Pittsburgh beats Ottawa 4-1, as Pittsburgh got 2 goals and 1 assist from Jake Gensel. It looks like Tristan Jarry made 46 saves tonight, and Jason Zucker also added a goal for the Penguins, whose record goes to 23-15-7 on the year. Ottawa falls to 20-22-3. And the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, they are on the road to take on the Vancouver Canucks. That game will start in about 20 minutes from now. I think Kel McCarr is going to be out of the lineup for Colorado, if I saw right, as he'll miss his second straight game. That'll be an interesting one. Colorado's got a record of 23-17-3, while Vancouver's record is 18-23-3. In the NBA, 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Brooklyn leads Utah 36-27. When we come back, we'll have third period action over at BOK Center, which stands for Bank of Oklahoma Center. Utah leads 1-0 as Dylan Fitz scored 13 and a half minutes into the second period, with Connor McDonald getting the assist. This has been the Siegfried and Jensen Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Second intermission over at BOK Center. Utah leads 1-0. So many fun things happening in the upcoming 6-game homestand at Maverick Center. The Rapid City Rush will be in for a 3-game set. Wednesday, January 25th is the Grizzlies' next home game. It's a Bud Light College night with discounted student tickets. It's going to be a 7:10 start. And then Friday, January 27th, which is 6 days from now. Well, actually, that's 7 days from now. It's actually Friday today. It'll be an AFCU Friday where tickets start at just $8, and you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Saturday, January 28th, is the annual Guns and Hoses night with 2 charity games starting at 1 o'clock. They're going to be at 1 and 2:30, and then the Grizzlies will take on Rapid City at 7 o'clock. And so that should be a lot of fun. Should be a big crowd. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. And then the Allen Americans, led by head coach Chad Costello. They'll be in town for a 3-game set. Wednesday, February 1st, is another Bud Light College night. Friday the 3rd is Heart Health Night. And then Saturday, February 4th, is going to be Black History Night. And all those face-offs for the upcoming 6-game homestand will be at 7:10. I'm really looking forward to the upcoming homestand. Guns and Hoses Night's going to be a lot of fun. Got Heart Health Night on the 3rd and Black History Night on the 4th.
Hey, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up here at the Maverick Center. I'm really excited, especially for Guns and Hoses. That should be a great atmosphere, but really a great game. Last time we saw Rapid City, those were some really fun hockey games, even though the Grizzlies only ended up winning 1 out of those 3. That was a really good series, and I really think the next time around the Grizzlies see them, I think they'll be ready, and I think they can come out and get a few wins against Rapid City.
When we come back in 90 seconds, we'll have third period action as Utah leads 1-0. Tulsa's outshot Utah 24-21. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
We're about set to start third period action. I'm Tyson Whiting. I barely have a voice left. Guy Chiarenza hanging out with us here in the lobby at Maverick Center. Guy, what do the Grizzlies need to do here in the third period to secure 2 standings points?
Tyson, I think they've played a really great game so far. I think the Grizzlies have been very defensively sound. I'd like to see more of that from them in the third period. And as well as we talked about earlier, them capitalizing on their offensive opportunities. I think there's going to be more chances here in the third. The Grizzlies can capitalize and increase the lead to 2, maybe 3. I think they've got this thing in the bag.
Dylan Fitz scored a second period goal. He now has 4 goals in his last 6 games. And think about the game he had on January 6th against Rapid City on the road, where he had 2 goals and 1 assist. And watch out for Dylan Fitz in the third period. And the good thing for the Grizzlies, looks like all 3 forward lines are really contributing.
Yeah, they've all done really, really well. And I like this lineup. I like that first line of Raby, Penner, and Pfizer. They've been fantastic. Cutler, Jameson, and Wright have really seemed to gel. But really, that third line I love is Fitz, Strong, and Martell. I think Dylan Fitz has learned a lot. Cameron Strong has learned a lot from Dylan Fitz, and it's showing off in his game.
Started action here in the third period. Tulsa wins the draw and dumps it in. Mike McKee, left point, takes a shot that goes wide. Miner will kick it over to the corner. Taryn Pfizer throws it across the center ice. Raby chases after it. He gets on the right side. Raby gets tripped up dangerously along the end boards by Mike McKee. And the arm is raised by the referee. And I hope Dakota Raby's okay, as he skated with a ton of speed over towards the goal line. McKee tripped him up, and Raby dangerously bounced off the end wall, and it's going to be a tripping call on Mike McKee. But 25 seconds into the third period, hopefully Dakota Raby's okay, as he bounced off the boards hard.
Yeah, Tyson, that's a scary, scary play, especially down by the boards. It's something you never want to see. It's just a bang-bang play, but really that should be a tripping call, and hopefully Dakota Raby's okay.
Grizzlies will go on the power play here early in the third period, as Utah leads 1-0, as Dylan Fitz scored, about 13 and a half minutes into the second period, with McDonald getting the assist. Luckily, Raby's back to his feet and is going to skate towards the bench. So that's good to see, as he hit that board. He hit the boards hard as he got tripped up, and he was skating with a ton of speed and momentum. As Raby skated towards the right side, all Mike McKee really was trying to do was dive in front of him to not let the centering pass get through in front of the net. So Mike McKee just did what he had to do, and his momentum just kind of slid into Raby. So not much that McKee would have done, but he's in the penalty box right now. As the Grizzlies are going to be on the power play, Keaton Jameson will take the draw. He's got Cutler to his right and Pfizer to his left. Draw stays in the circle for a couple seconds. Tulsa wins it. Nielsen keeps it in, as he'll throw it to Jameson on the right side. Jameson gets double teamed along the boards. Now Cutler will skate over there, and Tulsa comes up with it. As the Oilers patiently will wait to clear it out, and they do now. As the Oilers make a line change. Trent Miner behind his net will give it over to Nilsson. As Andrews skates down the middle, now he's at neutral ice, crosses center. Now dropping off as the Grizzlies get it to Cutler. Cutler skates in as he'll skate towards the corner. Left wing, he'll spin it around the boards. Pfizer cuts it off in the near corner. He'll spin it back across to Cutler. Cutler fake to Nilsson. Now he throws it up top towards Nilsson, but it exits his zone, and it goes all the way out to Trent Miner, who plays it about 5 feet in front of the crease. He'll move it ahead to Nilsson. Nilsson at center ice, crosses center. He'll drop it back off as Pfizer crosses center ice himself, and Tulsa pokes it back towards the Utah blue line. Grizzlies will chase after it again. Pfizer leads the club with 10 goals this season. He gains center ice. Now he dumps it in. As Tulsa pretty much build a four-man unit as they build a wall right there at their blue line. Oilers get it and clear it all the way out towards Trent Minor. Both teams make a line change. As there's about 40 seconds or so left in the Grizzlies power play. We don't have the official time. As Andrew Nelson skates in, right side shot, saved by Ellis. Now the Grizzlies towards the left side, back in the corner, 2-on-2 battle. Fitz will spin it towards the right side. Raby didn't miss a shift as he gets bounced along the glass. The glass sways back and forth. Raby back to his feet as the puck squirts towards the left circle. Oilers clear it out. Minor once again plays the puck right there in the crease. He'll drop it off for James Shearer. Shearer late in the power play. In fact, the power play is over right now as Mike McKee re-enters the ice. Grizzlies skate into the left circle, take a lefty shot. Saved by Ellis. And he holds on, 17:29 left in the third. Unfortunately, the Grizzlies couldn't get many looks on that power play.
Yeah, no, Tyson, it seems like that interesting strategy by the Oilers to build a four-man wall on the blue line paid off for them. Grizzlies weren't able to capitalize, and it's still a 1-0 game.
It's one of those things you don't see it that often from Tulsa, but they really did build a four-man unit, four-man wall right there at the blue line. Penner will take the face-off. He's got Christian Simeone to his left. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Connor McDonald, high slot, takes a shot that goes wide as it rolls towards the right corner. Strong back towards Penner. Trying to get it back over to Strong in the right corner. Tulsa takes it away. Oilers cross center ice. They feed it towards the middle for Matsushima. Corey Thomas pokes it back to center ice. Penner moves it ahead towards Simeone. Gets blasted at Tulsa blue line. Left wing, Grizzlies roll it back to the right corner. Simeone gets held up again. Penner skates over there. Puck squirts towards the right circle. Now Simeone behind the net. Will skate towards the right circle. They'll take a lefty shot that's blocked. Simeone skates towards McDonald. Tulsa holds him up as it goes to center ice. Oilers skate down the middle. Glad looking to accept the pass, but it bounced off his stick and goes wide. As Penner along the near boards. Loses it. As the Oilers, right wing, righty shot, saved by Minor. And Trent holds on, 16:32 left in the third. Draws give me in the Grizzlies zone. Don't forget, tomorrow's going to be the second of the three-game series. 5:50 pregame show, 6:05 face-off, and then Sunday afternoon, it's going to be a 3 o'clock start in the Mountain Time Zone. Pregame show will start at 2:50. Make a note of the weird start time. It's going to be a 3 o'clock start in the Mountain Time Zone, 4 o'clock locally over at BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jamison will take the draw for Utah. It's won by the Grizz. Brandon Cutler in his first game back after spending time with two AHL teams crosses center ice. He'll chase it over, and he gets hit along the glass. Glass sways back and forth. Now left circle, righty shot, saved by Ellis. Grizzlies with the puck in the left corner. They'll throw it up top towards Shearer. He'll fire a shot, saved by Ellis. Puck goes behind towards the end wall behind the net as Tulsa veers it over to the far corner. Grizzlies look to center. It's taken away by Tulsa. They throw it out to the left wing as they dump it in. No icing. Minor has the puck go towards the end wall. Tried to nudge it to the corner, but it bounced off an Oiler. Shearer feeds it to the far side. Grizzlies gather it. Utah throws it to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Mike McKee. McKee drops out to the high slot. Tulsa now on the right side of the circle. Tries to drop it off. Passes wide of the mark. Grizzlies come back the other way as Utah crosses center and dumps it in as Tulsa chasing after it. 4.5 minutes into the third period. Utah still leads 1-0 as Dylan Fitz is the only goal of the game. Puck out to center ice. Fitz gets it, dumps it back in. Ellis behind his net will feed it to Mike McKee on the near side. McKee battling with Raby. Raby spins it around. As it goes to the far side, Tulsa feeds it back to the Utah blue line. Grizzlies will chip it ahead. As Tyler Penner to the right side looks to center it to Pfizer, passes wide of the mark. Tulsa gains center ice to throw a left wing pass as the Oilers' Jackson Leaf will fire it around the boards. Bryson Martin gets hit along the far corner. Tulsa throws it back to the right point. Oilers in the offensive zone. They take a lefty pass that bounces from one end to the other. As the Oilers back to the left side, feed it back up top. Chip it towards the circle. Jimmy Soper feeds it across, and the pass goes wide as it glanced off a stick and flies out of play. 14:36 left in the third. Still 1-0 Utah. It's been a great defensive effort by the Grizzlies so far.
Yeah, Tyson, the Grizzlies defensive unit has done a great job so far of, one, stopping the Oilers, and two, neutralizing their greatest weapons. Matsushima and Galad have been non-factors so far in this game.
Draw's going to be in the left circle. Cam Strong will take it for Utah against Eddie Matsushima. Matsushima leads Tulsa with 17 goals. I'm trying not to call him Idaho. We've played Idaho so much. I've been trying not to call Tulsa Idaho tonight. I had the over-under at 4.5. I don't know where I'm at right now. I think I'm doing pretty good not calling him Idaho.
I think you're doing pretty good. I think we're underneath that for sure.
Partly because I haven't said many words. My throat is killing me right now. As the draw won by Utah in their own zone as McDonald gets it across to Thomas. So I apologize to the audience. I'm doing the best I can here. Over to the right circle. Tulsa feeds it back to the left corner and chases after it. As Utah still leads 1-0. Tulsa over in the near corner. As Dante Sheriff will feed it back across, and Utah takes it away. McDonald throws it to center ice. It bounces off the rooster. Goes back to the Oilers as they'll pitch it skating from right to left. Matsushima feeds it across. Galad gains center ice left wing and dumps it in. Oilers chase after it. Fitz in the area, so is Nilsson. Fitz gets tripped up in the corner. And did the referee spot it? I don't know. They did. As the whistle blows. 13:54 left in the third. Utah still leads 1-0. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto.
With the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Utah leads 1-0. 13:54 left in the third. Guy, what have you seen so far here in the third period?
Tyson, I've seen a lot of what we've seen so far in the first two periods. However, it does seem like Tulsa's a little bit out of their element. They're starting to panic a little bit. I think that favors the Grizzlies because if you can catch them off guard and potentially make this a 2-0 game, you got yourself a really solid outing.
Draws give me the left circle. Tulsa wins the face-off as Utah takes it away. Cutler gets over to right. He's in the left side. Skates down the middle. Take a shot. Saved by Ellis. Shot might have gone wide. Tough to track shots sometimes with this camera feed. This goes out to the right side, looking for right in the circle. Tulsa picks it off. They couldn't clear it out. Nilsson gets it poked away. Tulsa regathers the puck as they'll skate behind Colton Ellis. First time the Grizzlies have faced him. He is 9-7-4 this year. The Oilers still behind the net. Skating from right to left. They'll feed it out to center ice. Utah picks it off. Cameron Wright skates in to the right side around an Oiler. Skates in. Shot. Saved by Ellis. Now Nilsson on the right side gets over Jamison. Shot goes wide. As Tulsa, looks like everybody stopped skating. We got a penalty. It looks like it's going to be on the Oilers. Grizzlies going to go back on the power play. So you think about the Grizzlies and the power plays they've earned. It's been the constant pressure and Utah utilizing their speed. Cameron Wright hustling in the second period. And then Dakota Raby early in the third period getting tripped up by Mike McKee on a 2-on-1. And then right there, it looked like the Grizzlies' effort and hustle out in front of the net's gotten them a power player.
Yeah, Tyson, and this is a huge opportunity for the Grizzlies to get that insurance goal we were talking about. Make it a 2-0 game, a little bit more comfortable. Think about how bad Tulsa's penalty kill has been. This is a big opportunity and a huge turning point.
Jamison will take the draw, but it's won by Tulsa, who tried to clear it out. Nilsson kept it in. Andrews played a good game tonight. Over to the goal line, out of right. Shot saved by Ellis. Over to the far side. Grizzlies, Brandon Cutler drops it back off as Grizz get it back to Cutler, who feeds it back up top. Now to right in the high slot. Over to Pfizer on the right side, just outside the circle, bouncing to Jamison. Back to Pfizer, skates towards the right corner. Now to Nilsson, the right side. Nilsson will bounce it off an Oiler. Tulsa will carry it out to center ice. Jimmy Soper moves it ahead. Now Mike McKee to the left side. He'll drop it back off. Lefty shot by Leaf, saved by Minor. As McKee over the right side, just outside the circle. Utah pokes it back to center. Now Tulsa will drive it back into their own zone. Utah on the power play. As the Oilers will sail it all the way out towards Trent Miner, who plays behind his net. Nilsson gets the puck. So he'll skate down the middle. Now Nilsson ahead to right, who crosses center ice, and he'll dump it in. Tulsa chasing after it. They get in the far side. So feed it back to the near side and clear it all the way out. Less than 12 minutes left in regulation. Utah still leads 1-0. Pfizer skates down the middle. He'll drop it off for Martel across the center ice. Martel gains the line, gets over to Fitz, back to the right corner for Martel. Puck glides towards the far side. Tulsa gets it and clears it out. 11:30 and counting left in the third. James Scherer gets the puck. He skates around Minor. Scherer drops it off as Raby gets it from Martel. Martel to the left side. Tulsa pokes it back to the center red line. Grizzlies get it across to Fitz. Fitz back in his own zone as he gets back checked. He gets knocked down. Raby takes the puck. He'll skate around Minor's net. 11:10 left in the third and counting. As Raby skates down the middle, he crosses center ice. He'll skate towards the right side. He'll stop just outside the circle. Now reverse field. He'll get it back to the left side. Grizzlies feed it towards the left. Now right back to the right for Raby. One-timer. Saved by Ellis. Boy, Grizzlies had a pretty good look there as they fed it to the left point. Then to the corner for Martel, who threw a pass cross ice to Raby, who got a one-timer in the right circle. Great idea, but Ellis was able to make the save with 10:56 left in the third.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity, but I think we need to give credit where credit is due, and Ellis has been really good in this game, and he made a great save there.
Looks like we're back to 5-on-5 skating. 10:56 left in the third. Penner will take the face off. He's got Strong to his right and Simeone to his left. A lot of shots in the first period, 15 each side. Tulsa has outshot Utah 29-26. So we're about halfway through the third period. The Iron Man Tyler Penner taking the face off, but it's won by Alex Gilmore of Tulsa. Oilers skate around their net. They feed it out to center ice. Corey Thomas gathers it. So he gets hit near the Tulsa bench at center ice. Simeone over there in the area as well. So is Tyler Penner. Tulsa comes out of the pile with the puck as they feed it towards the near side for Mike McKee. McKee in his own zone, delivers it across, now to the left side. As Alex Gilmore will collide it off of Connor McDonald. Now the Oilers get it poked away by Strong. Strong overskates it. Gets it back, nudges across to Thomas, but it's the Oilers. Alex Gilmore skates towards the right circle. Shot saved by Minor. Now back up top. Tulsa with a shot by Kyler Wall that goes wide. Grizzlies will carry it out to center ice about halfway through the third period. Cam Strong skates in, crosses, right point shot, saved by Ellis. Puck goes back to Galad. Galad will cross center ice. He'll veer off to the right, gets around Simeone. Galad skates towards the right circle, and he gets it poked away by Bryson Martin as the Grizz. Kyle Pouncey clears it out to center. Tulsa feeds it across to the near side off the boards. As the Oilers' Cameron Suprika will skate down the middle. Now feed a right wing pass, and it goes to Dante Sheriff. Sheriff skates to the right side. Toe drag skates towards the middle. Sheriff over to the right side. Shot goes wide. And the puck glides towards the near boards. Tulsa feeds it across. Another cross-ice pass bounces off the near wall. Taken by Cameron Wright, who crosses center ice. Wright gains the line. He'll dump it into the right corner. Sheriff gets it back. 9:11 and counting left in the third. Utah still leads 1-0. Tulsa skates in, but they are offside with 9:07 left in the third. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. Grizzlies still lead 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Utah leads 1-0. 9:07 left in the third. Guy was stood out to you so far in the third period.
Tyson, I really like the chances that the Grizzlies are getting on Ellis, but so far he's been up to the task. But I like the puck movement that the Grizzlies have had, and I really like how they've played in the offensive zone.
Draw's going to be at neutral ice after Tulsa was called for offside. As Utah wins the faceoff, Andrew Nilsson's played a good game. He'll chip it towards center ice in the left wing. Grizzlies battle. Tulsa wins a one-on-one battle along the wall. The Oilers back in their own zone, skating from right to left in the third period. Less than 9 minutes left. Oilers nudge it ahead towards Jimmy Soper. Utah pokes it away. Penner skates down the middle, enters the zone, takes a shot blocked by McKee. As it goes back to neutral ice, it bounces off the near glass. Oilers will skate towards Jackson Leaf. Will take a left wing shot that goes wide. Now the Grizzlies cross center. Dylan Fitz 2-on-3. Fitz will skate across the line, looks to center to Pfizer, and it's picked off again. Tulsa's had a good defensive game here so far. Now left wing shot saved by Ellis. Now right wing Pfizer shot saved by Ellis. Fitz throws it up top. Tulsa picks it off. Boy, the Oilers have been in the right place at the right time defensively here so far tonight. Oilers cross the offensive line and dump it into the far corner. Utah chips it ahead. Puck off the screen for the millionth time tonight. Oilers skate back in. Cam Strong tripped up Tyler Polson, no call. Now McLaughlin left wing shot saved by Minor. Oh, they did call it. So it's going to be a penalty on Utah. Tripping is going to be the call as Cam Strong tripped up Tyler Polson as he was skating into the offensive zone. So 7:59 left in the third. Tulsa is going to be on the power play, and the Grizzlies penalty kill is going to have to do the job here to keep it a 1-0 game.
Yeah, Tyson, but the Grizzlies penalty kill has been fantastic to start the year. And really, you think about a turning point in this game. This is it right here. The Grizzlies penalty kill has to be up to the task.
Strong, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of penalty, 12:01 into the third period. It was a good call. We saw a trip there, and I thought it might have been called, and it was. Tulsa wins the face-off. Left wing, they skate towards their right. They fake a shot. They get over to Galad in the left. Galad, just outside the left circle, throws it up top to Hilderman. He throws to the right side, didn't get much on a pass. Tulsa glides it towards the right circle. Now back up top, Hilderman gets it in the high slot. He'll feed it to the left side for Galad. Galad will bounce it off the end boards. Like pass is going a little bit softly on both sides here in the third period. Action in the near corner. As puck squirts towards the side of the net, it hits the side of the net. Now the Oilers looking for a wraparound, get Minor off balance. Now to the right side. Oilers in the circle. As Sheriff takes a righty shot. Blocker saved by Minor. Grizzlies get it. And Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, clears it out. 7:10 left in the third. A little bit more than half of the power play left as Sheriff will dump it in. Though gets it and he'll wrap it around the boards. Tulsa kept it in. Oilers on the right side. Throw it to the corner. Now around the net as it glides towards the near side. Turn Pfizer. Pitches ahead. Taken away by Matsushima. On it looked like we get a hook. Looks like Tulsa's called for hooking as action stopped. And so it looks like the Oilers get a penalty. 2 minutes for hooking. 6:53 left in the third. That'll be nice to see who's going to the penalty box, but instead we'll see what the raffle winners are going to be in Tulsa. One of those things in the state of Utah, we don't necessarily have raffles like they do in other states like that, but the Oilers have outshot the Grizzlies 30-28. The only goal in the game, Dylan Fitz about 13 and a half minutes in with Connor McDonald getting the assist. So draw is going to be in the Oilers zone. We'll skate 4-on-4 for a little under a minute, and then the Grizzlies will have a power play after that. As the Oilers win the draw, as they skate towards center ice, avoid a check, cross center, and dump it in. Aaron Thoe skates around the net. Looks like the ice surface is playing very slowly. You got to be assertive with your passes here. As Thoe feeds it across behind the net, Raby nudges towards the near side for Martin, who spins it back to Raby, who's behind Utah's net. 6:30 left in the third. We're skating 4-on-4 as Raby will hand it off to Martin. Now back to Raby as he'll cross center ice, left wing. Raby gains the line, skates towards a corner, drops it back up top for Tho. Back around to Raby, who's in the right corner. Raby feeds it towards the middle. Tulsa pokes it away. Alex Gilmore will bounce it off the boards looking for Hilderman. Hilderman gets it. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before Utah goes on the power play. As the Grizz take it away, Dylan Fitz left wing. Shot goes wide as he's looking for a second of the game. Out of the penalty box is Utah. Now they start the power play as the Grizzlies. Right point, Taryn Pfizer skates towards the right circle. Take a righty shot. Glove saved by Ellis. It glanced off his glove and stays in play. As Nielsen from the left point feeds it across to Jamison. Jamison in the right circle takes a shot and goes high. And the puck's still in play as Nielsen on the left side trying to kick it across to Pfizer, but Tulsa kicks it back into the Grizzlies zone. So Utah on an abbreviated power play. As Pfizer moves it ahead to Nielsen. Nielsen at center ice will drop it back off for Pfizer as Cutler's out there on the ice. As Pfizer crosses center and dumps it in. As chasing after it's Cameron Wright over to Brandon Cutler. Up top for Nielsen. Nielsen over to Wright in the high slot. Wright over to Pfizer on the right side. He'll take a righty shot and it's blocked. As Jamison gets over to Pfizer. Out to the corner for Cutler on the far side. Cutler gets up top for Nielsen. Nielsen skates towards the left circle. Now he'll take a shot. Saved by Ellis. Rebound out in front. Tulsa's able to cover up. 4:56 left in the third. Utah still leads 1-0. The Grizzlies have had some good looks. And I got to say, Tulsa, their defensive unit seems to be on point, and their goaltender, Colton Ellis, even though his stats have been a little underwhelming at times, he's simply found a way to win time and time again for Tulsa. And the Oilers really are hanging in there. It's still a 1-0 game. Grizzlies are really doing what they can, but it looks like a pretty good defensive effort for Tulsa. So it looks like it's going to be one of those weekends where goals might be at a premium. Trent Miner's the starter tonight, but I imagine at some point this weekend we'll see Lucas Parikh make an appearance for the Grizzlies. He's the backup tonight and probably all weekend. Draws give me in the left circle. Cam Strong will take it for Utah. As Strong crouches down, he's got a goal in 4 of his last 9 games. As the face-off, we'll do it over again. As the referee with a signal towards neutral ice. 4:53 left in the third. Shots have been pretty close to even. Tulsa 31 shots, Utah with 30. On the score bug on the left side is GRI representing the Grizzlies, and Oilers are OIL. Gry versus Oil. Or Griv versus, however you pronounce the I. As something away from the whistles caught the official's attention. And so he skates off the screen to neutral ice. It looks like there's only 4 on the ice for Tulsa from what we see. The Grizzlies look like they're still on the power play. 4:53 left in the third. Now the official's going to skate off the screen again. As he looks up at the big video board at center ice. Guys, it's been a defensive battle here. 2 good goaltenders, 2 good defensive units, and I think as a result, we got a 1-0 game.
Yeah, Tyson, that's exactly it, and that's the story so far. Trent Miner's been really good, so is Ellis. And you talk about a strong defensive battle. Oilers are a good defensive team, but so have the Grizzlies been. The Grizzlies have been in this game so far as well.
Back to live action. Tulsa wins the faceoff. 4:50 and counting left in the third. Oilers move it ahead as McLaughlin, Blake's his first name, crosses center ice. Utah takes it away. The Rooster skates into the left side. He'll dump it in as he was crossing the offensive line. As a puck behind the net. Rooster in the corner. Spins it over Cam Strong's head. It stays in play to the far side. Grizzlies swing and missed on a righty shot. Tulsa will glide it out to center ice. Oilers gain the line. Alex Gilmore chips it ahead. Utah pokes it away. Grizz moving ahead to Jordan Martell across the center ice. Martell gains the line, tries to get around Mike McKee, who's about as big as any Tulsa Oiler. Strong and Martell battling with 3 Oilers. McKee nudged Martell towards the wall. Tulsa feeds it out to center ice. 4 minutes left in the third. Tulsa gains the line. Martin delivers a hit. Glad looking for a shot. Couldn't get it off. Good job by Bryson Martin. As Cameron Wright crosses center ice, he'll skate down the middle. Now Wright will take a righty shot, and it goes over the head of Ellis and over the crossbar. Now Wright gets it back on the right side, take a shot, saved by Ellis. And the puck goes all the way back towards the Utah zone. 3.5 minutes left in the third. Utah still leads 1-0. As the Grizz dump it in, as Tulsa chases after it. They'll feed it towards the near side. Cutler will move it across, but it's taken away by Dante Sheriff. Now the Oilers get to Sheriff. He skates towards the near goal line, trying to chip it out in front, and the pass is wide of the mark as it goes to the right point. Tulsa feeds it to the circle. Utah gets tripped up. No call on the play. Sheriff righty shot goes wide. The puck bounced off the glass. Grizzlies get it as Wright crosses center ice, trying to feed it across to Cutler. Wright keeps it as Wright skates into the zone. Over towards Cutler. Left point back to Wright. Now Nilsson the right side. Winds and fires. Shot goes wide. Dante Sheriff tried to clear it out. Nilsson kept it in. Now left wing. Lefty shot. And that one goes wide as well. Grizzlies towards the near side. Feed it back up top, but it exits the zone. Utah makes a line. Line change. So does Tulsa. 2.5 minutes left in regulation. Pfizer throws to the right circle. Tulsa back into the offensive zone, but Utah throws it back to center. 2:19 left in the third. As Oilers back in their own corner, ship it out to center ice. Regathered by Thomas over to McDonald. Connor crosses center, right wing, and dumps into the corner. Pfizer and Simeone chase after it. 2 minutes left in the third. Tulsa ices the puck. Icing is waved off. Utah behind their net. McDonald spins it towards the far boards. Grizzlies will cross center. As Simeone dumps it in. Ellis behind his net will feed it off an Oiler. Now the Tulsa Oilers cross center ice. Sheriff gains the line. He'll skate around the net. Now Sheriff's on the right side. He'll throw it up top as the Oilers take a lefty shot and it goes wide. 1:30 left in regulation. Though moves it ahead. Tulsa's net is empty, and the puck crosses the goal line. Icing is called on the Grizzlies. 1:27 left in the third. And guys, smoke him if you got him as the Grizzlies looking to hold on here to this 1-0 lead.
It's gonna come down to the final second, and it's been a close game so far. Really, and you mentioned a defensive battle, but also a duel between two great goaltenders, as the shots are pretty high in a defensive game.
Draws give me in the left circle. Unfortunately, we went a long time without a whistle there, which wasn't good for me, but it was good for, I apologize, I'm not quite 100% with my voice today. As the Oilers win the draw, get to the high slot, shot goes wide. 1:20 left as the Oilers back to the near side. As they're along the near goal line, they'll chip it back to Galad, who feeds it up top for Hilderman. Back to Galad, left side. He winds and fires. Saved by Minor. Rebound behind the net. As Tulsa's net is empty, they'll skate over to the right corner. 1 minute left. Raby in the area as Tulsa feeds it back to the corner. As Dante Sheriff gets over to Hilderman. Left point shot, saved by Minor. As Hilderman with a righty one-timer. Minor makes the save. 52 seconds left in the third. And I got to imagine for Rob Murray, this would be a time to use your timeouts.
Yeah, it'd be a good time, and I think that's what we're about to see here. Yeah, it looks like he has taken his timeout.
So Rob Murray uses his one timeout, and when we come back in 30 seconds, we'll let you know how this one ends. Utah leads 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
52.8 seconds left in regulation. Grizzlies lead 1-0. And, Guy, it's been a great defensive effort for the Grizzlies. They're going to need to win a face-off, clear a puck, and see if they can find a way to get an empty netter.
Yeah, you mentioned winning a face-off. This next face-off is going to be huge. If the Grizzlies can win this and get it out to center and even take a shot at the empty net and potentially ice this game, that'd be huge.
Grizzlies have an empty net goal in each of their last two victories. The draw is going to be in the near circle. Tulsa's outshot Utah 34-31. A second period, Dylan Fitz goals the difference in the game. Utah wins the draw. James Shearer feeds over to the far side. As now it's in the Tulsa zone. Hilderman gets it. He skates around his empty net. 40 seconds left. Sheriff crosses center ice over to Galad, left side. Galad being shadowed by McDonald. Galad around the net. McDonald delivers a hit. Goes to the right side as the Oilers back to the left. 30 seconds left. Tulsa in the left corner. Sheriff gets it taken away. Puck goes back to center ice. Tulsa has to reset. Right wing. Oilers gain the line. They get it over to Galad. He's over in the corner. Shearer stands by. Now the Grizzlies clear it out again. 12 seconds left. And the puck is wide of the mark. 10 seconds. No icing. Tulsa feeds it out to center ice. Oilers collide with Utah at center ice. 2 seconds. Oilers skate towards the left side. Skate in. Shot. And Miner makes the save. And the Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win 1-0. And there is no doubt about it. As Trent Miner gets the shutout. And the Grizzlies get the victories. It's Trent's 9th shutout in a Grizzlies uniform and 2nd shutout this season. What a defensive effort as the Grizzlies scored a second period goal with Dylan Fitz, and it holds up as Trent Miner with his 10th professional shutout, 9th in a Grizzlies uniform. And what an effort by the Grizzlies defensive unit as they come away with a 1-0 victory in the first game of the 6 games season series against Tulsa and the first of a 3-game weekend series. And Guy, what an effort by the Grizzlies, by Trent Miner, and they earned the 2 standings points tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I mean, what an effort seems to be an understatement. What a game from Trent Miner. What a game from the Grizzlies defense. And hey, it was enough. And the Grizzlies come away with the win of the slimmest of margins, 1-0.
Only 1 goal by the Grizzlies, but it held up as the Grizzlies in 7 games in the month of January now has a record of 4-2-1. Post-game show coming up next as the final score over at BOK Center. The Utah Grizzlies 1 and the Tulsa Oilers 0. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Grizzlies get the victory as they are now 4-2-1 in the month of January. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Chiarenza. The only goal scored in the game was Dylan Fitz, 13:32 and his 7th of the season. Connor McDonald got his 7th assist, and that was it. You know, neither team scored a power play goal. Utah was 0 for 4 on the power play. Tulsa was 0 for 3. And Trent Miner, once again, with the shutout. You think about the job he's done in the last 3 games. Stopped 39 of 42 on January 7th against Rapid City. On January 16th, stopped 46 of 47 against Idaho. The only goal was a power play tally. And here tonight, gets a shutout, stopping all 35 shots. And so Trent Miner gets his 2nd shutout of the season, 9th shutout in a Grizzlies uniform. That is the Grizzlies franchise record all time for shutouts, and 10th professional shutout. So what can you say? Trent Miner once again had his A game.
Hey, Tyson, it seems like 2023 is shaping up to be the year of Trent. I mean, Trent Miner has been fantastic over his last 3 games. And you think about a guy where the first half of the season didn't really go his way, didn't really go the way he wanted it to go. And we know Trent's an elite talent. We know he's great. And we knew it was only a matter of time before we turned it around. And well, now he's turned it around. I think it started with that game in Rapid City. And he's been great ever since.
You know, it was a game dominated by defense and goaltending, when both teams' goaltenders are the top 2 stars of the game. Trent Miner is the number 1 star, but the number 2 star is Colton Ellis, who really did a great job for Tulsa, stopping 30 of 31. The number 3 star is Dylan Fitz, who scored the only goal in the game. And really, that's the kind of game it was. Low scoring defense. I thought both teams' defensive units looked great. I thought Tulsa in particular. You think about being in the right place at the right time. They were that most of the game. And the Grizzlies defensive unit, I thought Andrew Nilsson probably played his best game in a while. James Shearer was outstanding. I think Corey Thomas has really picked it up in the month of January. And it was great to see Bryson Martin return to the Grizzlies lineup for the first time since December 10th, and he didn't skip a beat. I thought he was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And you think about the Grizzlies defensive unit, they played a really tight game. I mean, you think about a 1-0 victory. I mean, that's about as slim as it comes. And so for them to be able to hold off the Oilers like this, with them putting over 30 shots on goal, just fantastic. A great performance from the Grizzlies defense and a really good showing by Trent Miner.
It was great to see Brandon Cutler back in a Grizzlies uniform, and Taryn Pfizer played well. And I think, you think about all three forward lines, even though the Grizzlies only scored one goal, I think, it felt like a better game. It didn't seem like your typical 1-0 game. It seemed like it was a lot more cleanly played offensively than something that was 1-0. It didn't seem like the passing was particularly bad. There was a good flow to it. It was just both goaltenders and both defenses, it seemed like, were pretty hot, and that's why goals were at a premium tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, Tyson. I also think that while it was a 1-0 game for the Grizzlies, you look at that one and you think that there wasn't a lot of offensive dominance or offensive presence. I don't think that's true at all. I think the Grizzlies spent a lot of time in the Oilers zone. It's just sometimes pucks just don't go your way. You don't get that bounce. And you mentioned the ice earlier on. I don't think the ice was all that great in Tulsa. But, I mean, the 1-0 score, that wasn't for lack of trying. The Grizzlies were putting shots on net. It's just Ellis was up to the task, and they just weren't able to get anything other than the one home. But, hey, the one is all they needed, and the Grizzlies walk out of there with 2 points.
And it's all that really matters. They just need the one goal, and it was Connor McDonald, who was deep in his own zone, threw a pass like 3/4 the length of the ice to Fitz, and then Fitz put it away.
Yeah, and you want to talk about Dylan Fitz. I mean, when you need a clutch goal, you need a goal, like a game winner. Give me Dylan Fitz. I mean, aliens have the death beam pointed at Earth, and you need a game-winning goal to win the game. Give me Dylan Fitz. Give me Dylan Fitz all day, any day.
So you're saying if your life was on the line, the aliens were attacking, and you got one guy who needs to score a goal for you, you're picking Dylan Fitz?
I'm picking Dylan Fitz every single time.
I think that I'd go with that. I think a couple years ago, Mitch Maxwell is kind of that same guy. He got the nickname Mr. Clutch. And really with Dylan Fitz, it's a lot of goals, but it's a lot of critical goals that he scores.
Yeah, he just seems to show up in big moments. And you talk about the scoring from Dylan Fitz, but there's also more that he brings to his game. He's really good at using his size. And I think early on in the season, the Grizzlies needed a net front presence, and they weren't getting it. Now we're seeing that from Dylan Fitz, but I think that's also rubbed off on Cam Strong. We saw it in the game on Monday. Cam Strong drove to the net. Now he's a really big net front presence for the Grizzlies. And I think a lot of that is from what he learned from Dylan Fitz. And you think about those two guys being line mates on that line now with Martell. I think they've got a really good chemistry together. I like it a lot.
So the Grizzlies get a 1-0 victory here in the series opener. Tomorrow night's going to be the game 2 of the series. Hopefully my voice will sound a little bit better tomorrow. Probably not. We'll just have to power through, I guess. But we had a big number on Flow Sports and a big number on YouTube. And really for the Grizzlies, they're starting to come into their own here in the month of January.
Yeah, Tyson, they are. And I think this is what we've been waiting for from this team. And I think it's coming at the perfect time. They're getting a lot of guys back. You talk about Brandon Cutler. You talk about Bryson Martin. Those are much anticipated returns to the lineup. And you think about once this team gets Johnny Walker back and Zach Sekos, they're going to be really dangerous, Tyson, down the stretch. And I think they can make a push for the playoffs.
What an effort it was for Trent Miner. Remember the backups, Lucas Pregame. You think about it, Grizzlies have had great performances from all three goaltenders. And it's really a luxury that I think the Grizzlies can be optimistic about here coming into the second half of the season. You got Trent Miner who's proven himself. You got a really good goaltender in Lucas Preek, who could be a starter for a lot of teams. Then you got Garrett Metcalf, who, like Preek, and like Miner, could be a starter for a lot of teams in this league. And so you got three guys like that. Garrett Metcalf's 9-2 this season. Preek's got a .907 save percentage, and he had a really good season last year with Rapid City. And at times, Lucas has been outstanding for the Grizzlies. And you got Trent Miner's really coming to his own. But Ryan Kanaswich really has some tough decisions as to who to put between the pipes, because all three guys have really done the job.
Yeah, Tyson, and it's a good dilemma to have if you're Ryan Kanaswich. I mean, any guy that you throw out there is going to give you a chance to win. Lucas Perique is fantastic. Trent Miner is having a great turnaround. And Garrett Metcalf has been solid when he's needed to be solid. Hey, each guy's a great option.
Keaton Jamison led Utah with 7 shots on goal. Dakota Raby had 6. Cameron Wright had 4. Wright does lead all league rookies in shots on goal. Dylan Fitz had 3 shots. One of his found the back of the net. 2 shots for the Rooster, Jordan Martell and Andrew Nilsson. And then 1 shot each for McDonald, Pfizer, Shearer, Penner, Strong, Tho, and Cutler. For Tulsa, none of them found the back of the net. Maxime Galad led the way with 7 shots on goal. And then Tyler Polson and Eddie Matsushima each had 4 shots. It's kind of interesting to think about the shot count tonight. Both teams had 15 shots in the first period. Utah had 6 in the second and 10 in the third. Tulsa had 9 in the second and 11 in the third. Tulsa ended up outshooting Utah 35-31, but it doesn't seem to really matter with this Grizzlies club. After all, when they've been outshot this year, they're pretty much a 500 team with a record of 11-1 when they've been outshot. And you think about playing teams other than the Idaho Steelheads. Utah won 2 out of 3 games against Idaho this past weekend, but the Grizzlies have a record of 11-8-1 when they're facing teams other than the Steelheads. So I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about the Grizzlies going forward as they're playing some good hockey right now.
Yeah, Tyson, the Grizzlies are playing some great hockey right now, and they're coming onto fire at a perfect time. Really down the stretch of the season where you got a lot of home games, you're playing a lot of opponents that are below you in the standings and probably more of a better match for you than the Idaho Steelheads, although the Grizzlies played some great games against them as well. This team is starting to light it up at the right time, and I'm really optimistic about a push for the playoffs.
3 stars of the game once again. Number 3 star is Dylan Fitz, who scored the game's only goal, 13:32 into the second period. Tulsa goaltender Colton Ellis played an outstanding game. He stopped 30 of 31. And even though it was a losing effort, as his record goes to 9-8-4 this season, he stopped 30 of 31. And the number 1 star of the game is Trent Miner, who gets his 2nd shutout of the season. It's the 3rd shutout by Grizzlies goaltenders this year. It's Trent Miner's 9th shutout in a Grizzlies uniform and his 10th shutout professionally, as he had 1 shutout for the Colorado Eagles towards the end of the 2020-21 season. So I think our pick-to-click winner is going to be Trent Miner. Did anybody pick him?
Unfortunately, on the YouTube side of things, I don't see any votes for Trent Miner, although social media might have something else to say about that.
So Trent Miner, the pick-to-click champion. Got to give some honorable mention to Dylan Fitz, who scored the game's only goal. Now, that was a great pass by Connor McDonald, though. They kind of started that play. And it's kind of interesting to see. The ice surface was really choppy. And you can see a lot of passes not get very far. Passes just kind of gliding slowly. And so, I think that's an adjustment both teams have to make going into tomorrow. You're going to have to be a lot more assertive with your passes.
Yeah, Tyson, I think it's in a game like this, it's really impressive that the Grizzlies came out and were able to win against the Oilers, who are used to playing on that ice surface. They know all the ruts and bumps. They know how to play against it. I mean, they're used to it. But for the Grizzlies to come out and win a defensive battle against this team on that type of ice, I think is really impressive to me.
So Grizzlies 1 and the Oilers nothing. Any final thoughts tonight?
It wasn't the flashiest of wins, Tyson. It was by the slimmest of margins, 1-0. But hey, that's all it takes, and that's all you need is just 1 goal. Really solid defensive effort. I like what I saw from Trent Miner. It's another 2 points, and the Grizzlies are back in the playoff hunt.
Grizzlies are 4-2-1 in the month of January, and you think about tomorrow night, it's going to be an interesting one. 5:50 pregame show, 6:05 face-off. And we'll see really if more goals get scored tomorrow. I think if you're the Grizzlies, you like what you're doing defensively. And I think you even like some of the things you did offensively tonight. You just got the 1 past Colton Ellis, but I think the process is working pretty well for the Grizzlies offensive unit. Once again, in 2 hours and 19 minutes, and in front of allegedly 5,348 over at BOK Center, 53-48. Trent Miner gets a 35-save shutout as the Utah Grizzlies defeat the Tulsa Oilers 1-0. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I apologize for not having much of a voice tonight. Hopefully tomorrow that will be better, but I doubt it with this little turnaround. For Guy Chiarenza, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. Once again, join us tomorrow night, 5:50 pregame show, 6:05 face-off on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.